I need some volume on this. Let's bang it. All right, we welcome you in a Tuesday morning, still here on the East Coast, wherever you may be. I don't know. Maybe you're out vacationing right now in Hawaii, or you're hanging in Philly like us. We're with you for the next 2 hours right here on the JAKIB Media YouTube page. As you pop in, we see people already doing that. A reminder, hit that like button first and foremost. Make sure you're subscribed to the channel. And like a lot of people who are here, including Eric Rogers, Ash, and others, Jimmy and others, hit the notification bell so you don't miss a damn thing. Now, there were sports last night. After looking at what we have, a lot of audio to play, right?
Yes.
We've got Popovich, and we had something else to play as well, right? Otani, maybe breaking
Probably.
Yeah.
I told you that, Pete Alonso. That was the play, baby. I tried to get you to come over to my side. You were resistant. Resistant.
I threw in something on Salvador Perez just because at plus 1,000 there was value, but I
plus 500 wasn't enough value for you. You're a big shot.
No,
big shot.
But look, here's the thing. I wasn't going to watch it anyway. So I just hope the two of you, if you sat down and watched that pile of crap, that you at least got a return on your investment outside of money, of course.
Well, I didn't watch very long. In fact, I stayed through it to get to Otani because I figured, if I'm going to stick with it for 20 minutes, I might as well stick with it for another 25 and see him start. And he was a dud in the first couple of minutes, and I turned it off during Otani's at bat. Only to find out that he kind of improved towards the end and made it somewhat close with Soto, but Soto advanced, right?
Okay. Unbelievable, man.
Yeah.
I mean,
that batting practice pitcher sucks. The guy for the Angels, he stinks. He tanked Otani.
He did. You're right.
He did. He tanked him.
Batting practice makes all. Look, we've heard that before, right? Like Chris Berman and others, and we just kind of discarded it as just some idiot yelling in the box. But there is some truth to it where that's why guys pick and choose. Like there's this hand pick. It's just like, to equate it really quick, it's just like the guy who's setting you up for the oop in the dunk contest.
Right.
You just pull somebody out of the crowd.
No. You need a
somebody who knows you.
Guy.
Yeah.
That guy for the Mets, man. He and Alonso, they were on point, man. He put on a show.
Yeah, I mean, the guy had 15 home runs coming into it, so I didn't think the Otani is more than double. Right, This has been a really down year for Alonso, and I didn't like the odds associated with it. And then, the parlay burst because of Team USA. That's the other one.
I tried to warn you there, too.
Oh, look, I mean, it's a $10 thing. I wasn't putting
but
anything.
They're 0-2.
Yeah, I refuse to watch anything related to this team.
This is now embarrassing.
It can't be that embarrassing. No, man.
What?
Expectations.
Straight.
Dude, they've got the best player on the team and they run the world in Kevin Durant.
Yeah. Come on.
They got Beal. They got Dillard. They should be able to just roll the balls out and beat the stinking Australia and Nigeria.
I mean,
give me a break.
So you're not saying it's just a warm-up? I mean, this isn't going to be how it is, though. These are just warm-up games. They're just trying to loosen up a little bit, I'm hoping.
Yeah, but
you're right. It's embarrassing. It's embarrassing.
I'm kind of hoping the other way now. I hope Popovich gets utterly embarrassed that he has to leave the game.
Yeah.
I can't stand him.
Pop might get run out. Honestly, look, if you're San Antonio and you're watching this and think, man, you can't, why would we get you better players?
Right,
you got better players right now, and you can't do jack shit with it. Why are we going to get you any all-star out there? We're not going to trade for Ben Simmons even.
Yeah. just go move to the south of France and start painting, because that's what he looks like he wants to do.
I definitely wanted to go out there and take the loan out for the $10,000, man.
Yeah.
Good thing I didn't. Didn't.
There's plenty of ways you could make that money back, right? By all means.
And he's going to have a couple for you today, Barrett, before the show's over. I gave him all
yesterday. Look, as long as you follow me on some form of social media, there's going to be firing on ping pong, and we just hit a couple straight. All right.
Now, following you on Twitter, we have to get into this because I understand, according to recent developments as of this morning, this check mark might not be all it's built up to be.
Well, here's what I noticed: two things, one positive, one negative. The follow count is back up because you're more likely to be seen on the who to follow because you're verified, especially when somebody's tweeting about a certain topic that you are as well that could be trending. So I did see the follow count dip, and then since the check mark has come, I've seen it rise and continue to go in that trajectory, including a pretty big one that I put out with you guys yesterday. On the flip side, I did see somebody who I follow in John Stossel put out this tweet about how Twitter's only allowing 10% of his follow. And I looked at a couple of his prior tweets, and this guy's got way more followers than in triple digits,
right?
And it's being limited, and basically that's what's happening with the algorithm all aside. So no, the check mark does nothing to get around the algorithm in that regard.
Interesting.
There you have it.
This is a Gal Media property.
What's it called?
In partnership with JAKIB Media.
And you, my friend, are caught in the middle.
The Middle starts now on the SportsMap Radio Network.
Presented by Rocket Mortgage. Home loans that fit your life. Rocket can.
Live from the O'Reilly Auto Parts Studios, here's Eytan Shander, Barrett Brooks, and Harry Mays. You know my name.
Well, yes, we are live on a Tuesday across the board here, welcoming you in SportsMap Radio. As we're live on the JAKIB Media YouTube page, continuing throughout as you pop in. Make sure you leave us a like, you subscribe to the channel, and from there, we can't promise you anything. The only thing we usually promise every day is when somebody joins us. So at 12:40, Max Motritsky from Osmo and Beyond, pretty sharp when it comes to betting and DFS and the world of golf and baseball. I know he had some thoughts on what was going on with Ohtani on Twitter and all yesterday. Will join us as this is a dead week outside of one really juicy thing going on, and that's the Open Championship, and maybe, just maybe, increased Shams reports about who's interested in Ben Simmons. I mean, that's really all we have right now.
Right. I just saw this. I just favorited this about 40 minutes ago at Shams Charania. Sources.
Charania,
the Philadelphia 76ers have opened up trade conversations surrounding three-time All-Star Ben Simmons and have engaged with teams. Engaged. Key word.
So it's on. It's on.
They've been engaging, right? I mean, this is
now it's official. Now you got Shams from the Athletics saying it. Now you can't go back.
No,
this is what I take from this. This it's going to happen at some point between now and the start of the next season. You can't go back now.
I got to be a believer now.
Yeah,
I got to.
We're cooked.
So now we got to all trust in Daryl Morey that he can pull something off.
You know what? That's not a bad guy to trust in.
No,
right.
I'd rather trust Daryl Morey than this guy.
Which guy?
Yeah, this guy over my shoulder. Dude.
Is that the latest of what
he looks like? A member of the Grateful Dead.
Yeah.
Seriously, he's like Bill Kreutzmann or something on drums.
That's exactly. It's amazing. Isn't it? I don't know what is happening with him, man.
Yeah,
he's on something else.
He's becoming too cool, man. He's becoming too trendy now.
He's next level.
Yeah. Pop working out now too.
What?
Is he?
Yeah, man.
That guy's
the guys made him run. He ran.
He ran.
Man. Yeah, Pops is that dude now, man.
It looks like he's running away from the hair cuttery. That's what it looks like he's running.
The actual hair cuttery.
He's running away from the barber. You see, I noticed I shaved today. Yeah, I didn't want to be associated with this guy anymore.
Look, I'm going to pull up. We'll get this audio up here for you in case you missed it. ICMY, right? Because this was
in case you missed it. Yes,
this is just a man being completely unhinged with his job right now. I mean, this is somebody who is. This is like ridiculous. Oh, wait. Sorry, I didn't mean to put
no, wait. What's that?
I apologize. I'm sorry.
That's a winning ping pong play.
Oh, I'm sorry.
He puts it back up.
I don't know what happened there. I'm just trying to
He hit the wrong button.
I did. I apologize.
That's a Freudian slip right there. That's what that is.
It was a mistake, Barrett. I did not mean to make that happen by any means. I apologize.
It was just happened to be circle and everything.
Everything. All right, here it is. I got it now. Here it is. I promise. This is the one. All right, so this is
it.
This is it.
It's definitely noticeable when you're on the floor.
Go ahead. Let me also answer that question. You asked the same sort of question, the same family of question last time where you assume things that are not true. When you just mentioned, blowing these teams out, that's never happened. So I don't know where you get that. So, can I finish? Can I finish? Can I finish my statement? Can I finish my statement? When you talk, are you going to let me finish my statement or not? So you'll be quiet now while I talk, and then I'll listen to you. When you make statements about in the past just blowing out these other teams, number one, you give no respect to the other teams. And I talked to you last time about the same thing. We've had very close games against 4 or 5 countries in all these tournaments. So the good teams do not get blown out. There are certain games that might happen in one of the tournaments, in the World Championship, the Olympics, where somebody gets blown out. But in general, nobody's blowing anybody out for the good teams. So when you make a statement like that, it's like you assume that's what's going on. And that's incorrect.
Oh, man.
All right.
Unhinged. Right.
Now, say that's I gotta hold on. I can't stand Popovich. Okay, I acknowledge he's been a great coach and he's Hall of Famer, blah blah blah. But I can't jump all over him here. This was not a heated exchange, in my view. That's the way it's being sold on social media.
But the whole can I finish?
Yeah, okay. Well, I mean, he's there to be interviewed. I mean, he just wants to say, is he rude? Is he a bully? Yes, he's always been those things. But I didn't call that a heated exchange.
I would say that it was him being, hold on.
He's Pop being Pop, right?
Yeah, I think though.
Presented by Rocket Mortgage.
Live from the O'Reilly Auto Parts Studios, here's Eytan Shander, Barrett Brooks, and Harry Mays.
Just in the break there, and another reminder to be following along, watching what we're doing here on the JAKIB Media YouTube page. Of course, live and local from the Fritz and Bianculli Law Studio. If you know someone who suffered a personal injury, contact Brian Fritz directly, a tough lawyer for a tough town. The middle here, sponsored by Pure Bull Beef Jerky. Get yours now. Go to steersnacks.com. So Tuesday, couple of things that are a lock. Ron Culver, fake news at 12:20 Eastern. And then, of course, mentioned Max is going to join us at 12:40 Eastern. So that second hour is pretty much jammed overtime to follow, and just played that Pop audio. And Harry, I agree that it wasn't like a back and forth to where it was. I mean, Barrett and I have had more heated back and forth than Pop and the interviewer. But the whole, and I think the difference is the whole dismissive element of bully pulpit. What is it? Using the bully pulpit.
Bully pulpit. Yeah,
right.
Yeah.
Where it's like, can I finish? Can I finish?
Yeah.
Right.
And it's kind of just like, look, I'll never forget, real quick. I'll never forget when I was filling in for Big Daddy Graham years ago in WIP, and I was also doing double shifts where I would be downstairs at WIP and then move upstairs and fill in for one of Michael Smirkanish's producers, depending on who was out that week. And Michael was awesome. He didn't have to, but he'd listen on the show coming in and he'd give me a tip or two. And there was one time in which I was doing this and I was just yelling over somebody, "Are you going to let me talk? Are you going to?" And Michael came in. It was like, 5:50 in the morning, whatever, before the show, and said, "Hey, great show, but I got to tell you, it was really hard to listen to you just demanding that somebody stop talking and let you talk." It sounded childish. And it was tough to listen to.
Yeah.
And whatever your point is, it will always be reduced. And
it gets lost.
Yes, it will always be reduced to Can I finish? Can I finish?
Right.
And that's what I got from that. So maybe that's just me, but that's what
that's fair. That's fair. But he's done this routinely with the on the court reporters during the games. Remember when they'd be asked a legitimate question and he'd give like just a one-word answer and stare at the guy or the woman, making you feel like you're two foot tall. He's a jerk. And he's allowed to be a jerk because he won.
Yeah.
Right.
And that's past tense also.
I know. And now he's doing it. Now I think what is going on is he's doing this now to get us talking about him being a jerk rather than the fact that his team is 0-2.
Right. Then
And
make
it's
a playoff.
working.
And his team didn't make the playoffs. So at this point, Pop right now is starting to feel a little bit like he's not relevant anymore. So because of that, he's trying to, hey, deflect. Let me deflect a little bit.
Right. That's a good word for it.
Well, yes, exactly. And here's the thing, Barrett. Like in the NBA, this is the equivalent of Bill Belichick going out and losing an Olympic trial in the NFL.
Yep.
And just being smug and as nasty as he's been in the NFL after losing by like 2 touchdowns. He just like Pop, and you guys mentioned, hey, he wins, but he still gets away with it on GP alone, just like Belichick would, simply off resume and street cred alone.
See, Belichick doesn't do that, though. Belichick doesn't do that. Belichick just won't answer the question, or he'll look at you crazy, but he won't just be yelling at you.
But he can be a jerk, though.
He can definitely be a jerk. He'll answer the way he wants to answer.
Same end. That's all.
Yeah, exactly. You're right. You're absolutely right.
He'd be like, we're on to the Czech Republic.
But
he's not going to answer any more questions about losing to France. Like, we're on the Czech Republic.
You lost to France by 2 touchdowns.
Right.
And, you had Pat Mahomes out there.
Right.
You had Kevin Durant on the floor.
I know.
This guy is the best player in the world. And honestly, when he's healthy right now this year, it's not even close.
Yeah. Not even close.
They lost to Joe Ingles. Seriously.
And Dante Exum.
And he stinks, Dante Exum. He gave him nothing.
He was like, the year he came out, he's like one of the best point guards in the draft when he came out.
This Australia team doesn't need Ben Simmons. I got news for you.
If they'd had him, they'd lost.
Seriously, I thought they had Simmons or maybe Bogut, running the old pick and roll on something. No,
we thought that he didn't want to go to Australia because he wanted to get his game better.
Right.
Australia probably said, "Nah, we don't need you, bro.
Well, we're good. Hey, we're good.
Do it to you."
No, Barrett. Remember, we had that story that Andrew Bogut alleged where that was exactly the case.
Oh, that's right.
He was like, no, man, we don't want you. We don't want you. And somebody allegedly threatened to take money away from a fund that was supposed to help grow basketball.
That's right.
We're going to hold you hostage. So, yes, you're on to something.
So, is that what was going on with the Nigeria loss? This is meant to spurn more basketball interest from the youth in Nigeria by getting motivated that they actually beat the USA.
Well, I would think
so. Is this like a world basketball conspiracy?
This is great right now. Maybe there's a tank job in place, right? Maybe there's some sort of tank in place to grow the sport. Adam Silver sitting with Mark Cuban and Jeff Bezos and Richard Branson and somebody from the Prince in Saudi and somebody in Japan.
Well, and what's his name? Xi in China. You got to put him in there.
Yeah. Well, I don't know if he or Putin would be involved in something like this. I mean, they may be who knows? I can't. All I know of what I'm confident in the Russians right now is ping pong.
Oh, that's right, man. I'll tell you. Is that do they send an Olympic team for ping pong? Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Now, I'm not touching the Olympics.
You're not.
No, that's even more corrupt than the Russian league.
I thought you'd be a sharp by then with Russian ping pong.
Well, look, because you can be a sharp in the NBA, and that sure as hell isn't transferring over to last night, right? I did this on the show. They were minus 45 I think it was 3,500 before tip.
Wow.
Now, on the flip side, it's not like Australia bumped up to over plus 1,000, but I mean, come on, this is ridiculous. They didn't even cover. I knew it was over when they didn't cover that minus 5.5 first quarter spread. That's what I did jump on before the tip and thought, all right, if this narrative is going to play out, then I'll take a minus 5.5 first quarter. They struggled. Struggling to get to a 3-point lead after one.
So you think the fix was in? The fix was in.
No. I'm not going to say the fix is in because that takes Pop and these guys off the hook, Barry.
Yeah. Right. Patty Mills torched his old coach for 22.
Seriously.
Patty Mills is like 5'11".
What did Pop say? Now, that's the thing. If I'm Kevin Durant, after that game, the first thing I'm doing is I'm going right up to Pop and say, what the hell did you say to Patty Mills before this season ended to piss him off?
See, I'm just saying. Oh, man.
Now,
maybe Team USA needed Ben Simmons to play perimeter defense on Patty Mills.
I can't believe we're talking about the Patty Mills game of all things.
That's what it is. Mills and Ingles beat Team USA.
Now, you mentioned Pop.
Don't forget Exum.
Yes, and Exum. We cannot forget Exum. You mentioned Pop.
He had 2 points, Exum.
How many minutes did he play?
14 minutes. 2 points.
Hey, what was his plus minus? That's all I can.
Right.
It's probably plus 20.
+2.
There you go. All right. So some damage was done when Exum was on the floor, but at least he was able to mitigate it somewhat. Now, you mentioned the one-word answers that Pop gave, right?
Mm-hmm.
This has to be the most famous one-word answer ever, right? Hidu Turkoglu.
Oh, yeah. Remember him?
Do you remember this, though? As far as the did I lose it? Here we go.
No, there it is.
This is the best one-word answer.
Sure we can play this?
Great effort tonight for you and your team. What was crucial down the stretch for coming back in this game?
Execution. We just read the situation and move the ball, make extra pass, and read the matchup.
I love this dude, by the way.
Find a guy who can really attack
he was awesome.
and finish the deal.
You came out tonight early, aggressive. What was different for you tonight in terms of just setting the tone with your game in this game?
Ball.
The ball in your hand.
How about that pause? Ball. And there was like a 6-second. The only thing that was longer of a pause was when Mike Tyson said he broke his back. And your boy Merchant, right, had to follow up with basically like, what part of your back is broken?
How do you follow that up?
Right. How did you break your back 2 days before a heavyweight fight and then still compete in that fight, right? Maybe that's a bet. Well, actually, we should put the poll up, right? Better one-word answer. Is it spinal or is it ball? Remember, that was Tyson's answer in that.
I think Tyson wins. I think it's a knockout.
Oh, man. First round knockout?
Yeah, I think so.
Not second round knockout, the song that Mike Tyson was on with Cannabis. See, it all comes back.
I forgot all back that. It's always come back. It always gets back to the old school.
I was not even aware of that.
Oh, that was part of the whole. That was the Cannabis versus LL Cool J beef.
Yes.
Oh, really? There was a beef?
Here's the thing. This was the whole David versus Goliath thing where LL technically won this battle simply because he was LL Cool J. He's, famous and has definitely
because he was the last one he's the last one to send in his verse also.
Cannabis.
So, no, LL was.
Ladies love Cool James.
I just don't think Cannabis had the longevity to sustain a beef. I think he thought he would win this thing in like 2 rounds and then move on. Now, Cannabis is a super talented rapper, don't get me wrong, and the stuff he said was funnier and better than what LL said, but, it's like pulling somebody who never played high school basketball and just played in the park on one-on-one, right, versus, an NBA player. You're never going to get the benefit of the doubt. But the funny thing real quick about this, and it's not going to be long, it's 20 seconds, is this whole beef started because Cannabis was a guest star, a guest appearance on one of LL's songs, 4-3-2-1.
Yeah, yep.
And ripped LL Cool J.
Right.
I thought that was a Tony Bruno song. 3-2-1.
No.
It's 4-3-2-1. 4-3-2-1.
Right.
And so how would you gonna rip him on his song?
Yes, the audacity.
And LL got the last verse.
It's like going to Harry Mays and saying, "Hey man, can you guest host my podcast?" And Harry comes on and spends the first 10 minutes ripping your show to shreds.
Right.
Right. I mean, it's like, wait, we just.
I wouldn't put that past Harry though.
No, I might.
Yeah.
Barrett, why do you think I used him as the example? It's believable.
It makes a lot of sense.
Yes, absolutely.
Makes a lot of sense.
All right, we got to take a quick one here. We're back in 3. I have to give a shout out to one of our LLs, one of our P1s, as they call it in the radio business, one of our guys, Turf Burgers, Colin Berger.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, my goodness. I don't know if I just assumed he sent you this as well. So he made me money. He and his buddy Stu made me some money last night. And I got to tell you what happened, because it's not often when it's us versus the books that we find an error, and we meaning Stu and then Colin and then me third, tertiary. But I got to give him a major shout out coming up. All right, we're back in 3 across the board. It's the middle.
I get scared sometimes.
Of a lot of things.
Joining in.
Decisions.
The dark.
The dark.
But I once heard someone say,
but as I always say,
it's okay to be afraid.
As long as you face the fear.
And keep moving forward.
Wherever you are in life, count on the name trusted in insurance for over 80 years. Independence Blue Cross.
The savoring taste of a good bag of beef jerky is so enjoyable at any time of the day, as long as you can find it. Here's what we suggest. Pure Bull Beef Jerky is our answer, and soon it will be yours. Locally produced in the Philadelphia region, this high-quality, healthy protein snack is easy to secure. Go to steersnacks.com, and you'll see hot garlic, tropical heat, Pure Bull dry rub, and our favorite, Huck and Fod. What's that? Huck and Fod. Go now to steersnacks.com.
Welcome to the Wildwoods, the perfect place where you can safely do everything or nothing at all. Catch a wave, take a nap, go for a drive, grab a bite. It's your vacation, and we're doing everything we can to make it a safe one. The Wildwoods. Your vacation, your way.
The International Brotherhood of Electrical Workers, Local Union 98, is a proud sponsor of The Labor Show with J. Doc and Krause every Saturday night from 6 to 8 p.m. IBEW Local 98's highly trained and superbly skilled electricians are the best in the business, setting the highest safety standards in the electrical industry. So when you're planning your next industrial, commercial, or residential project, choose an IBEW Local 98 union contractor. Learn more at ibew98.org.
Field of life, First Trust Bank is there for you.
Champions on 3. 1, 2, 3.
Because Philadelphia dreams deserve a Philadelphia bank.
This is a key. It's a family tree. It's a pair of wings. It's a secret handshake. And a ticket to anywhere in the world. It's more than a uniform. It's the door to a world most people only dream of. There's Strong, and then there's Army Strong. Try it on at GoArmy.com.
All right.
Presented by Rocket Mortgage.
Live from the O'Reilly Auto Parts Studios, here's Eytan Shander, Barrett Brooks, and Harry Mays.
Latest from Kyle Newbeck, our buddy at the Philly Voice. Quote, signaling a willingness, if not the intent, to trade Simmons is something that puts everybody on the clock. When it comes to dealing Ben Simmons, the Sixers are reportedly open for business. Now, as you remember, last week I put out the report, the thought, not report, of course, that the Sixers haven't really explored anything deep beyond fielding, what I heard, fielding, not making a phone call on, hey, man, I heard you're selling your Porsche. I'll give it to you for a Honda price. Nope. Okay, click. Like, that's the extent of the conversation. But also how I feel like we've seen this before just last year. And this is not to bring back the fact that Barrett got it wrong. So I don't want the chat to pile up and say, come on, Barrett, you told me they were not going to trade Carson
Wentz. I thought we moved on from that issue.
Yes.
Right.
But does this not feel like a carbon copy, especially off the field / off the court?
Yeah,
no,
it does.
No, it does.
No?
How was that? This reason why because Ben has not said that he wants to be traded.
Well, how do you know that his agent hasn't told Daryl Morey that when they met in Chicago 2 weeks ago or whatever?
And they mentioned if he really wanted to be out, you'd hear more than just that. You hear more than just that.
I don't know.
I think this is more so like, man, I can't even, at this point, I was gonna say if you take it, it was a little more like Zach Ertz and Carson mixed together. That's what I'll say. Because Carson,
wait, Zach Ertz. How is this with Zach Ertz?
Well, Zach Ertz, they want to trade Zach Ertz, but Zach Ertz isn't going anywhere. He's sitting right here.
Well, because he's old.
Right.
Yeah, and he's also coming off of a really down year. Like
teams are waiting for him to be released.
Right.
You guys still think he's going to be released?
I don't think he's playing for the Eagles.
Yeah, I mean, from what we've heard, he genuinely dislikes Howie Roseman, and I don't know if the feeling is mutual, but the same thing with Carson Wentz. Remember, like Rob Motti came on a couple of times, and he's as close to Carson, probably closer, arguably, than anybody in the Philadelphia media, and constantly reinforced the idea of if they trade him, he's great with it. Like he doesn't have to be back, and he's sick and tired of mainly what we got, Barrett, and I think you can appreciate this more than anybody, right? Is how he was just sick and tired of constantly being brought up, of constantly being the subject of some sort of conversation, and felt like the team was either responsible or didn't do enough to catch his back. That's where I see a similarity now of Simmons, where he's like, why am I the only one getting ripped and crushed here and not anybody else?
But I don't know if it's the organization that's really saying it, though. I think the organization was fine with him being here. I think it's more so the fan base that wants him out of here. The fan base that, or maybe a couple of his teammates for turning down the shot. I think that they still want to keep him here.
You don't think that after one full season, Doc Rivers knows enough about basketball and Daryl Morey to sit there and say, you know what, it's just not going to work with this combination of guys, and he's the guy who's got to go.
You know what? Now you put it in that perspective. Yeah, I got to think that. But I hadn't heard anything really from the organization.
No, but they're going to say the right things. They're going to say, "Hey, we're working with him, man. We have a plan." We're going to
haven't even done that, Harry.
Well, Doc Rivers kind of said that at the end of the season.
At the end of the season.
Yeah.
But think about this. All right. At the end of the season, yes. But since the end of the season, we've had multiple people. I just read you the latest from Newbeck. That was just the headline in which a guy who covers the team, is reporting, like others, that they're open for business with other teams. And I'm thinking,
when's as soon as they can trade him? Shan, when's as soon as they can trade him?
Season, and the next calendar year opens up. And in the off season, technically, not yes. So the off season when everything is off the books for this year. So
So after the playoffs, after the playoffs,
absolutely. But here's the thing, right? If you're Daryl Morey or Doc Rivers or anybody else that matters, aren't you going to come out and say exactly what Harry said? Like, aren't you going to come out and at least say, no, that report's bogus? The only thing we've gotten from Morey in the last week about Ben Simmons is defending him against that weak Mackey joke.
Right, against Saturday Night Live or whatever it was. Yeah.
Oh, it was the ESPYs.
Well, wasn't the guy from Saturday Night Live?
Yeah, I mean, he started, I would think, there as far as like prominence, but Anthony Mackie has done a lot. I don't want to reduce him to, just like
I never heard of him.
Really?
Yeah. He didn't penetrate the wall.
Well, I'm sure you've seen a movie with him in it.
Yeah, probably.
Right?
Yeah.
I mean, that's the thing where he's also in the latest. He's actually the one. He and Miley Cyrus are the two lone bright spots in the latest Black Mirror 3-episode series, which is really just a reboot of Casuals. So yeah, he and Miley, 2 separate episodes.
Well, I tried to start your movie, The Traitor, yesterday.
What happened?
Well, I got interrupted. I had to go pick up my car. It was when I was talking to you yesterday afternoon. I was actually about halfway through the movie when you called me. Yeah, it's not bad.
No,
I'm going to finish it.
It ties. This is a movie. One thing I really like about it, and Barrett saw it. We talked about it yesterday. First off, Guy Pearce is, Don Cheadle was the man in this, but Guy Pearce is outstanding.
He was great in LA Confidential, Guy Pearce.
Yeah.
He played that weasel cop, right? He was a good cop.
Right, but he was the weasel.
Right.
In the crew.
Mm-hmm.
This movie has a really good ending, which is really tough to do, right? It's tough to keep you captivated for 90 to 120 minutes and end it.
Mm-hmm.
And the way this thing ends and leads you to a certain direction and then ends, and Cheadle is masterful in this movie. Honestly, I think so as well. Isn't Jeff Bridges in this too, right?
No.
Am I thinking
Jeff
of
Daniels?
Jeff Daniels, that's
Jeff Daniels is in it.
Right, not Jeff.
He seems to be playing sort of a Weasley character too, within like the CIA or FBI or something.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. It's pretty crazy, right?
Pretty twisted.
No, wait until you see we'll get your review. How about that? We'll get the Maze movie review.
Okay. Now the other FBI agent that works with
Cheadle?
No, the blonde-haired guy. He works in the FBI. What's his name's partner?
Yes.
I've seen that guy in a bunch of stuff, but I can't place him.
Man,
Kind of got those blue eyes, blonde hair,
He's a little older, right?
Yes.
Is it Rod Rawi?
I'm not sure there's a name, but I've seen him in other stuff.
I think I've seen him.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Have you seen the movie The Traitor, Barrett?
Oh, no. It's Neil McDonough. That's who.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Neil McDonough. Yeah, he's been in.
Great movie.
What's that?
The Traitor.
Oh, you saw it? Okay.
Yeah. He just doesn't want to give anything away.
Okay. Right. Because you could mean at the end, you're gonna be like blown away.
Yeah.
Okay.
This is gonna make M. Night spin over.
There you go with M. Night again, man. I saw the commercial for that Getting Old movie again.
Get out of here.
And all only thing I could do now is just think about Shan now when I see the commercial.
Get out.
Come on, man. And then they got a new Dr. Rob too, or Dr. Rick. They got a new Dr.
Oh, there's a new Dr. Rick commercial with Geico? Oh man.
I didn't realize that either.
Yes.
Where did you see that during the home run derby?
No, I saw it in fact I saw it in on Sunday's game or Saturday's game, whenever the last playoff game was.
Oh, so, Sunday night NBA.
Yeah, so you'll see it tonight.
Tonight. Okay.
You'll see it tonight. Dr. Rick. Paging Dr. Rick. We need guys like that, man.
Amazing.
We all see it.
Yeah, we got to find that one. I don't know if we can play it here.
No, we probably can't.
3 on Sports Map. Still live here on the JAKIB Media YouTube page. Oh, my. It is the middle. Man.
DraftKings, 4.5, Milwaukee. And FanDuel.
It really hasn't moved.
It's
4.5 yesterday, right? When we
William Hill, PointsBet, Golden Nugget, and Caesars are all at 4.
4?
It's a half.
Yeah.
Wonder what Fox has it at. Let's see. I'm telling you, man, watching the ping pong is game changing. Game changing.
Yeah, game changing.
Seriously, I gotta
it's
give
better than hockey.
Man. Yes, I'd much rather watch ping pong and bet on it.
Muhammad Malik is asking any guests this week.
I just hit another one in game. Vladimir Belikov plus 100. This was at 9:45 a.m. Even money. And you know what happened? He dropped the first set, won the second set, was locked in 3-3 in the third set, and I hammered that even money. It was never going to get as good as it was.
Wow.
I'm telling you,
Yeah.
Do I need to screen cap this for people to see?
You can leave me out of it. I thought we were going to give Turf Burgers some love.
Oh, yeah. I got to do that. We'll do that when we come back so the radio can hear it.
All right.
Yeah, don't. I'll pull it up so I don't forget. I got the stream up now, too. So, any guests this week? Yes. We have Max today. We'll get Ryan on tomorrow.
Hey guys, so I'm gonna help a local football team coach a little bit, man.
Yeah,
yeah. Woodrow Wilson, their head coach, in fact he just got signed to Temple. He just got signed to Temple as a football operation.
That's near Camden, isn't it?
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah.
It's in Camden. You know.
It is? Okay.
Yeah. So at this point, I'm gonna help them with an offensive line, and I go in and talk to the kids for the first time. I'm just volunteering as a coach. Good friend of mine I work with at NFL Films. He's now the head coach. And, I'm working with him, and I tell you what, bro, kids these days are so different, man. So different. I go to a kid, I'm talking to the kid, I'm like, hey man, you work with me, man. I guess I say, you have any offers right now? I'm looking at the kid and just watching what he did in practice, running around doing drills and stuff. The kid's an athlete, but you could tell he's a little lazy. But I get it on his back a little bit, get him going, and he works hard as ever worked. He go in, we're
Preston Brown was the coach over there.
Yeah, Preston. Yeah.
Yeah, he's working at Temple now.
Yep. He just got hired. So long story long, I'm talking to the kid, and the kid just like, I don't know. Okay, I guess. Oh well. I'm like,
oh well.
Yeah. Do you want to be good? Do you want to be great?
Middle on the SportsMap Radio Network.
Presented by Rocket Mortgage.
Live from the O'Reilly Auto Parts Studios. Here's Eytan Shander, Barrett Brooks, and Harry Mays.
All right, let's see. So fake news. We'll talk to Max in the second hour. Sorry, I know, Barrett, you were telling that story. I was trying to pull this video up, but at the moment, I don't know if we'll be able to play it on NBC, just of Australia running the Princeton offense to death on Team USA.
Jeez, so it's a Pete Carrill lives.
But here's the thing. They weren't even passing to the guys cutting. They were just taking contested threes and knocking them down.
Jeez.
Oh, my goodness, man.
Wow.
Yeah, Pete Carrill, right?
Right. And then he ended up taking an assistant's job with Sacramento, I remember. You remember that when he left college coaching? Pete Carrill, he's a legend.
Absolutely. He and is it Bill Walsh who's credited with the West Coast offense?
Yeah, he gets most of the credit.
Yep.
Yeah.
I thought there was somebody else, right? Like the Tex Winters created the try.
Well, I think Paul Brown actually was maybe the start of it because Walsh learned under Paul Brown. You know.
Yeah.
Well, that's all. I mean, West Coast offense, man. Like even right now, I could go into any team that's run like me. Even I can go to Big Red's offense. I could have went and played in, any of those West Coast offense. All the terminology is basically the same, but the concepts are definitely the same.
Mm-hmm.
A lot
of shallow crosses.
Yeah, everything's fast to the tight end. That's why they've always had when you have a great tight end, you can play. Look at Brett Favre. He had Chewy. Mark Shimura. Whenever you play with a guy a great tight end. That's why Shannon Sharp was so good.
Yeah,
they ran a West Coast offense. Allowed him to, flourish as a tight end. So you got to have a great tight end.
Wasn't Shimura the hot tub guy?
Yeah.
Didn't he have
with the babysitter?
Yeah, a little bit of an affinity for hanging out in hot tubs.
Right.
Who was his teammate? I believe at the
time.
Brett
Favre.
No. I was going to say something else. Who had that defecating in a hamper moment in college?
That
was Najee Davenport. I thought.
Yeah. They overlap.
I played with him. Yeah, I played with
Najee Davenport.
Yeah.
Look, man, everybody's been blacked out enough to not know the difference between a hamper or a toilet, right?
I don't think I've gotten there.
No, you've never been that yak.
No.
Bro, I woke up in the lobby in my dorm with just, football sweats on, not even football sweats, football shorts on, and that's it.
Just
football shorts on. Yes.
Imagine how much alcohol it takes to black you out.
Right.
Well, at least you had shorts on. That's really not that big of a story. Like if you were like naked laying in your own vomit, that's a story.
But bro, when I woke up, it was like 9:00. So everybody with those early classes saw me sitting there, bro. They just and they were quiet because they didn't say anything to me. Just let me sit there.
You see that big football player passed out in the lobby.
Now, honestly,
Barrett Brooks passed out in the lobby.
How bad did you smell?
Huh?
How bad did you smell?
Oh, it was the worst, man.
Maybe that's why people don't want to get his.
We all see it. We all see it. That's what they were.
We all smell him.
We all
smell him.
But how did I get there, though? That's what I'm trying to figure. I still don't know how I got there.
Just as long as Bill Snyder didn't find out. Did he know?
Oh, no, he didn't.
I thought he knew everything that went on in that campus.
He probably did know, but he didn't say anything to me. He didn't say anything to me, man.
Oh, man. Hey, all right. Before I forget, real quick, I got to give Colin Berger a shout. At Turf Burger. Now, at Turf Burgers, pardon me, TURF Burgers. And he has been with us since day one. And a great loyal listener of ours, interactor on the stream as well. So I get a little shout from him beginning of last night.
Mm-hmm.
His buddy Stu, who really deserves all the credit here.
Stu Gotts?
We're going to call him Stu Gotts, but not the real Stu Gotts.
Okay.
So maybe we shouldn't call him Stu Gotts because people will think we're talking about the
How
real
about Stu Knotts?
No, because he's far from a Stu Knott, this guy. Stu is legit. So Stu went out and noticed a mistake, and he let Colin Berger know this, and then Colin passed it on because it's, as we all know, it's us versus them. It's always us versus the books, and we rarely win, but when we do, we take advantage of it. So DraftKings last night made a mistake.
So they put out a bad line? Is that what you're saying?
No, even worse. And this is, again, from Stu and Colin.
Okay.
DraftKings had a bet boost last night. It was a Steve Buchanan odds boost where you can max out at $83.24 over 240 home runs. So you took that bet boost and it dropped the total to 240 and you could go over. Every other book, including DraftKings, had the total at the time. Barstool had 255. The other ones had 250. Had the total of home runs. So you can create a middle by taking, and even on, I did it on DraftKings on the same site. I took the over 240 and then I smashed the under. I got it at 250.5. It was 255, but it dipped incredibly. So what I did was I created a middle that guaranteed, because it was either going to go over 240 or under 250. There was no way it didn't win. So if I bet the right amount of money, and this is from Stu and then Colin, of course, where I maxed out the 84.24, and then on the other side, put 232 on that bet, I guaranteed $120 profit last night because DraftKings had that bet boost up there. I went back to alert a couple of people. They pulled it. Somebody told DraftKings, somebody told them right away, dude, you need to take that thing down and just keep the total up there. So they pulled the bet boost. Now, if that thing middled out between 241 and 250, that would have been a profit of 408. Instead, I'll take the 120 and move with it. Don't get me wrong. That is a hell of a, like, do you realize the mining that Stu had to do in order to find that?
No, I guess Stu's going to be a guest on your show tonight on Fox.
Well, I can't because my show's sponsored by a competing book.
Oh, okay.
So I had to dance around giving those guys credit last night by just talking about a different book. And I
you're great at that now.
Wow.
Well, you're great at it. What a mistake.
And you took full advantage of it, huh?
Wow.
Yeah, I think a lot of people did, including the people who jumped on Barstool and got it at 255. I don't know what the total was at the end. I don't know how many home runs there were. I know 250, under 250 did not hit. But if there were 252 or this is why that book took forever to pay me back after the tournament. They're putting ridiculous odds out there. If it hit anywhere from 251 to 255 last night, anybody who took advantage of the bet boost on DraftKings and then pounded the under 255.5 on Barstool made a killing. $408.
Kevin Bloomfield on the stream says, keep firing, Stu.
Oh, man.
No.
We got to let the PGF know about that. He might hire Stu.
He probably already does.
Right. He probably works for the PGF. He's probably part of the 8-ball. We don't even know it.
The magic 8-ball.
Yep.
Yeah.
There you have it, folks. Big shout out. Make sure you follow at Turf, TURF Burgers.
All right. So Barrett was telling us during the break that he's going to start coaching some high school football this season.
Yeah, man. But I was just saying, man, kids are just, I mean, they have such a laissez-faire attitude about stuff, man. And then you got to talk to them like, you know, like they're, I was going to say kids, but I'm like, young kids. You know, like, I'm like, dude, I mean, I said, don't you want to be successful? Whatever. I'm like, what do you mean, whatever? I mean, what lights a fire? What are you passionate about?
Right. Doesn't sound like they're passionate about football.
Right. So I'm trying to figure out in my head, dude, like, what do you want to do when you grow up? You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't want to be an astronaut. You don't want to be a president. These kids don't want to do anything, man. I don't understand it.
Yeah.
So I told him like this, I said, look, man, you give me 2 weeks. Like, this guy doesn't have any offers, but I'm telling you, this kid could be really, really good. I said, you give me 2 weeks.
Is he a lineman?
Yes, a lineman. I said, you give me 2 weeks and do whatever I say, how I say it, and I promise you it's going to make you a better player. I promise you, you will get a look. You will get probably a scholarship to wherever you want to go.
Just so you got to send him to Temple now. You got, you know, now you're on the inside. Now you got to start mining these guys towards the Temple program.
Selfishness.
Because that head coach is now working as player personnel guy at Temple.
Exactly.
This
So,
is how
yes.
the pipelines get
Yes,
developed.
and that's what you do. He's going to be a pipeline to South Jersey, Pennsylvania, because he knows how to talk to these kids. He was around these kids. You know, the coaching staff that was there, I mean, they're from the Midwest. You know, they from, you know, Illinois. Was it Northern Illinois?
Northern Illinois, yeah.
So they're recruiting like, you know, Western PA.
Right. Well, they got
Ohio.
the former St. Joe prep coach is working on the staff
That's right.
too
That's
for the
right.
last couple of years.
That's right.
So he's helped out. And then they lost Fran Brown to Rutgers, and Fran Brown was a big key recruiter in South Jersey. So that was a big loss. So this will help him.
Well, you know, Fran was I represented Fran. I used to have an agency, you know, where you know, we send them the teams. I got him a couple workouts, man. It's just been paying out for him. But you know, Fran was my guy, man. He was my guy.
He's connected.
Yeah, he's well collected now.
I mean, he's kind of on the fast track right now, I think. You know,
he went through it the hard way. You know, I mean, he started at Temple just being like a go-getter, coffee and all that type of stuff, you know. Then he, you know, followed
like a coaching intern kind of thing. Yeah, he ended up down at Baylor with Matt Rule.
Yep. So, you know, he did it the hard way. But I mean, these kids, I said, look, give me 2 weeks, just 2 weeks. And if you and if you do everything I say, I guarantee you'll be a better player, and teams places gonna start looking at you.
Yeah,
it's all right. You know, I'll do it. And I say, and I'm gonna give you this also. If I don't, you can point the finger at me. You can say, hey, Barrett's the one who didn't get me. He didn't do it. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna hold all accountability. And everybody was looking at me like this. I'm like, yeah, if he does what I tell him to do, he's gonna get to where he needs to go. And I have that much confidence in not only his talent, but in myself to get this kid good. But they gotta buy on, man. These kids these days just don't want to. You mean, if it's not handed to them, they don't want it.
Man,
they don't want it.
It's not good to hear. Now, Joey B saying Steve Adazio out here at Colorado State. Send some kids out there. No. You tell Steve Adazio to go to JUCOs and get his kids, okay?
He'll never be allowed back in the city again.
He's out.
He's not allowed in city limits.
Exactly.
They got a poster of him up on.
Serious business. That guy asked to be. He had just taken the Temple job, and 2 weeks later, Connecticut opened up, and he asked to be if he could go interview for the Connecticut job. That tells you everything you need to know about him.
Wow. Yeah, that is crazy.
Yeah,
that is definitely crazy.
It's ridiculous, isn't it?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, that's just the way things are these days, man.
Belyakov, Vladimir Belyakov was a winner.
Absolutely. I told you, man.
God.
You know, these bets are placed mid-game. All right.
In-game ping pong. You aren't getting that anywhere else.
This bet was placed.
I don't know if they want it.
I know. Does anybody want it?
That match tipped off, kicked off, or whatever the hell the terminology is. Broke off at 9:45 this morning. That bet was placed at 10:16 a.m. All right. Now I'm no Stu. All right, but I think I am on a little something here. All right, we are on fire when it comes to ping pong hits. Right.
You know, speaking of Connecticut,
this is your ping pong show right here.
Right. Especially for this week, you know. But Lou Spanos, the defensive coordinator for Connecticut, man, that's my guy. He coached Pittsburgh when I was there. He was like a DB, assistant DB coach out there at Connecticut.
Wow.
All right. We got to take a quick one here, and we're back in 3. We've got Max coming up at 12:40, fake news at 12:20. And
more ping pong to come.
I don't know, man. Look, not every bet needs to be placed, Barrett. All right. I don't need to rush and place every single possible bet. Here's the thing. There are a couple. All right. Just for you, I'll keep eyes on the Ivan Tolmachev versus Dmitry Kolesnikov. All right. Just for you. It's the middle. We're back in 3 across the board.
I get scared sometimes.
Of a lot of things.
Joining in.
Decisions.
The dark.
The dark.
But I once heard someone say,
but as I always say,
it's okay to be afraid.
As long as you face the fear.
And keep moving forward.
Wherever you are in life, count on the name trusted in insurance for over 80 years. Independence Blue Cross.
The savoring taste of a good bag of beef jerky is so enjoyable at any time of the day, as long as you can find it. Here's what we suggest. Pure Bull beef jerky is our answer, and soon it will be yours. Locally produced in the Philadelphia region, this high-quality, healthy protein snack is easy to secure. Go to steersnacks.com, and you'll see hot garlic, tropical heat, Pure Bull dry rub, and our favorite, Huck and Fod. What's that? Huck and Fod. Go now to steersnacks.com.
Welcome to the Wildwoods, the perfect place where you can safely do everything or nothing at all. Catch a wave, take a nap, go for a drive, grab a bite. It's your vacation, and we're doing everything we can to make it a safe one. The Wildwoods. Your vacation, your way.
The International Brotherhood of Electrical Workers, Local Union 98, is a proud sponsor of The Labor Show with J. and Krause every Saturday night from 6 till 8 p.m. IBEW Local 98's highly trained and superbly skilled electricians are the best in the business, setting the highest safety standards in the electrical industry. So when you're planning your next industrial, commercial, or residential project, choose an IBEW Local 98 union contractor. Learn more at ibew98.org.
Field of life, First Trust Bank is there for you.
Champions on 3. 1, 2, 3.
Because Philadelphia dreams deserve a Philadelphia bank.
This is a key. It's a family tree. It's a pair of wings. It's a secret handshake. And a ticket to anywhere in the world. It's more than a uniform. It's the door to a world most people only dream of. There's Strong, and then there's Army Strong. Try it on at GoArmy.com.
To the middle. Fourth Map Radio Network.
Presented by Rocket Mortgage.
Live from the O'Reilly Auto Parts Studios. Here's Eytan Shander, Barrett Brooks, and Harry Mays.
All right. That's about it this hour, man. All right, I got a couple of minutes left.
Well, the Eagles announced joint practices today. Did you see that news?
No,
I didn't.
Yeah, they're having joint practices with both the Jets and the Patriots in August. I guess leading into the games they play against those teams, obviously, but I kind of like those joint practices.
Me too, man. Me too.
Yeah?
I mean, because it gets you as a player, you don't want to practice against your guys anymore. You know,
right?
You're
tired of beating up on your guys in your own locker room.
Yeah,
man.
you know, so you tired of looking at them. They know your best move. You know their best move.
Right.
So you know you almost hit a wall in what you could do. When you're playing against somebody else, now you can do whatever you want to do to these guys and beat up on them, as opposed to doing it to your guys.
Right.
So even though they try to make it as calm as they can, there's always going to be a couple fights break out. Remember the last time when the Ravens came into town,
right?
A couple fights out there. You know,
they fight. They start fights everywhere they go. Those Ravens.
Oh, no question.
And that's all John Harbaugh driven. He likes toughness like that. Was that Vladimir on the phone, Eytan? Was he calling
it? No, I thought it was going to be a live person, so we could have the phone with him, but it was a recording first.
It was Vladimir from Russia checking in with a little inside info.
I'm not going to make that call public. You kidding me? He doesn't call this phone. He knows the other number to call.
Okay.
Never this number. Never this one. Real quick, as we end this hour here. Apparently, I forget. I don't know if it was Sports Reference. You know, they're like Football Reference, right? Pro Basketball Reference. That's right. They were able to go back 20 years to 1962 and go from 60 or maybe 60. Yes, from 60 to 1982 when the sack became official. And calculate all the data to bring you what guys in those pre-20 years were doing. Like
Deacon Jones, guys like that.
Jack Youngblood, Joe Green, 77.5 sacks. How about Deacon Jones Deacon Jones had 173.5 sacks.
He was a monster, man.
Oh my God.
He had that move. His move was to just come up and smack you right in the head. Yeah.
Didn't they make that illegal because of him?
Probably.
Yes.
Dude, I interviewed Youngblood at the Super Bowl. Man, that guy's awesome. He was one of my favorite players growing up as a kid. He and his brother played with him too.
Right.
There were two Youngbloods.
All right, so let's go to Pro Football Reference. Now, this is since they've updated it now. You don't even need to go back. Now, this is not an official stat, but they've updated it where this is ridiculous. Joe Green. Deacon Jones is third all-time unofficially in sacks.
Third
the only two human beings above him, human beings,
Strahan,
aliens. No, all time.
Okay, who is it?
Who are they?
Bruce Smith and Reggie White.
Yeah.
Okay.
I figured so.
Wow. Yeah, Strahan has the single season thing, right?
Yeah.
And that was a little bit fraudulent.
Right.
Look, two guys have knocked him down as a result of this. Strahan is sixth all-time officially, but when you add in Deacon Jones and Jack Youngblood, who's sixth all-time now, Strahan bumps down 2 spots.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Wait, okay, real quick. I'll give you the 10 unofficially. And you tell me who is the most underrated of all of these players. Bruce Smith, Reggie White, Deacon Jones, Kevin Green, Julius Peppers, Jack Youngblood, Chris Dolman, Alan Page, LT, or Strahan.
Kevin Green I'd put in there was pretty underrated.
He's fifth all time.
I know, but nobody really talks about him.
They should.
I know. Dolman, too, was a great player.
Yep.
Great player.
Dolman, too.
I tell you about the first time I go up against that's the first defensive end I played against in the NFL. I played him in a preseason game.
Green or Dolman?
Dolman. Mm-hmm. So we go up and play Minnesota. And that's when remember when I told you about how Romanowski gave me those pills?
Yeah.
I took them. When I jumped outside, boom, I jumped outside, hit Chris Dolman. He looks at me. They throw the flag and everything. I get back to the huddle. I'm looking at Chris Dolman. Chris Dolman is taking his helmet off, unbuckling his shoulder pads. And, I mean, he's on his way to the sideline. He doesn't play another snap out there. He's like, man, I'm not playing out here in the preseason, man. Are you kidding me? This rookie just did this? No, I'm not doing this, man. I'm not having it. If you want me, get with me when the season starts.
That's like something I would do.
That's amazing.
I'm out of here.
You're right. Yeah.
Here's my immediate follow-up to you, Barrett, is how long in the league did it take you to do something like that to a rookie?
Right.
Are you like, ain't no way in hell.
I'm not getting paid extra for this crap.
This is a contract year for me. I'm out of here.
It was actually when I was playing with the Giants. It was OC. Remember OC? OC Umenyiora.
Yeah.
Well, this is his rookie year. And this is the same year I'm with me Strahan. So we're out there practicing. He was young, man. He wasn't strong enough then, you know what I'm saying? So I'm like tossing him around, you know, and Strahan sees me just manhandle him. I mean, and Strahan get pissed. You better. I'm like, man, later for that, man. Let me do my work over there. I'm killing OC. And all of a sudden, Strahan comes up, no, do me like this. So me and him get into a fight because I'm going against OC and beating up on OC. So now me and Strahan, that's why I said, that's my dude like this. Me and him are like this, man. Strahan is my guy.
Well, we got to get him on the show.
You think he has time for us?
Yeah, I think if you and he are like this, I think he can carve out 10 minutes.
10 minutes.
10 minutes.
You guys trying to put the pressure on me there, man. We're talking about he's a real guest. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah, I think we could do that.
I think so too. Yeah, okay. I got you. I'll work on it.
I think that's doable. That's all.
I mean, he can do it from the golf cart when he's playing at Liberty National or something one of these days in the summer.
Well, I'm hoping he's on this golf tournament this weekend.
Oh,
he was
yeah?
He was supposed to go on last year, but, you know, of course we didn't have it.
Now, where is this one at?
This is in Hershey. It's in Hershey, Pennsylvania.
Hershey, okay.
Hershey, Pennsylvania.
Is this like an NFL alumni thing?
Not really. No, it's actually for cancer.
Oh, okay.
You know, Jaws is a part of it. You know what I mean?
Jaws is a part of anything in this state. Isn't that amazing?
Right.
It could be in Adams County.
Right.
Outside in Biglerville. Jaws has a hand in it.
Nice.
Well, that's not far.
I mean, like Michael Vick's going to be there. Everybody's going to be there. Mike Vick's going to be there. It's going to be a lot of, you know, big time guys. Seth will be there.
Should we do the show from there?
I don't know. No, because it's a night. It's a night.
Oh,
event.
at night.
The event is on actually the event's on Wednesday night. The pairings party is on Wednesday night, and the raffle, all the giveaways,
and then Thursday's the golf.
And Thursday's the golf. Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
wow.
So Hershey, man, I didn't know Hershey's. It's unbelievable, man. They got the school up there.
Yeah, Milton S. Hershey High School. Yeah.
Is that where it is?
Well, it's right near there. There's a golf course right next to it, basically.
Their endowment is so big that they got like 3 hockey rinks up there, like 15 football fields.
Oh, yeah.
They have to spend a certain amount of money, and Hershey's is still just dumping more money. And I like the fact that they bring in, underprivileged kids to go to school there. I mean, that's
the whole mission statement of the school, really.
Yep.
That's where we used to run every year our district cross country meet on their property.
Unbelievable.
Yeah. That place is big.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Definitely pretty cool. Anything else on Hershey, or is that it?
No, I just can't go wait to eat me some Hershey candy too. Free Hershey candy at the golf tournament.
You got to bring some back for Eytan. Oh no, he's on the diet. He's on a diet.
That's right.
I've been great with that. It's easy to cut that stuff out. That's why I eat it. I go back and forth because it's easy to cut out. It's the hard stuff.
And you, my friend,
that's all.
The Middle starts now on the SportsMap Radio Network.
Presented by Rocket Mortgage. Home loans that fit your life. Rocket can.
Live from the O'Reilly Auto Parts Studios, here's Eytan Shander, Barrett Brooks, and Harry Mays. You know my name.
Wow. You'll love this. Just saw somebody tweet this out here. Deep dive into 6 separate accounts that were created on June 16th, 2021, which I believe was that post verification process where you could then apply to be verified.
Oh, yeah.
Yep. All 6 of them created on the same day. And as of July 12th, none tweeted. All have roughly 1,000 followers, mostly the same followers. And guess what? All 4 have that, or 6, pardon me, have that blue check mark. Yeah.
What?
Yeah. I'm telling you. Yeah.
What are you saying?
I'm saying that it's a vehicle, and Twitter has been doing this where they just create bots and they populate bots and then they blame it on other people that are so technically savvy that they seem to be able to create bots and slide it through the algorithm. Come on. This is a major global multi-billion-dollar corporation. And you're telling me that people just around the country are slipping through bots left and right. No, it's been populated. That's all by the site. And we saw this. We've been seeing this. That's all. Just letting you know.
So what you're saying is that me pursuing a check mark is kind of a waste of time?
No. Not that at all.
Oh.
What I'm saying is that somebody who randomly pops up on an account that looks legit right down to having a check mark is probably more likely than not legit. That's really where we are right now, which is just a fake account. And I don't mean like fake Harry May, you know what I mean? Like
right.
I just mean somebody that's meant to look real. Yep. A lot of times you see that. Oh yeah. Now Vince Velasquez apologized. You see this?
For what?
I don't know. Altercation.
Oh, okay. Because I saw, I think Stephen A. Smith, I guess, had to apologize yesterday too for that little kerfluffle.
Yeah, a little faux pas.
Yeah,
as we call it. Yeah, let me see. All right, we're back in 3 on SportsMap Radio. It's the middle, second hour, fake news. Max is going to join us. Look at the Open as well, all here on the middle. I see our buddy Dustin Troxel must have been suspended or something.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, because I got a new account following me at Troxel Dustin. And he only has 20 followers, so this looks like it's a brand new account, which means that he must have been suspended by Twitter.
Wow. I'm not seeing anything here on Woj's Twitter feed. Oh, yeah, here it is. No. He has nothing to sort of confirm the Athletic report that the Sixers are in open for business on Ben Simmons.
Right.
The only thing he has about the Sixers in the last 24 hours is that Tad Brown hiring. The CEO.
What about Eric Green hiring or Willie Green hiring? Pardon me, I'm looking at
is that done?
I think so.
I know he's like the leading candidate. He's a strong front runner.
I thought that was in there.
For the Pelicans head coaching job. It just
that's what I
says
heard.
He's the front runner.
You sure this morning it didn't become official?
Nothing here on Woj. No, his last thing was that he's just the front runner.
Hold on. Well, somebody else did. Yeah, Pelicans expected to hire. That was Jack Malone.
Yeah, expected. It's not done yet.
Yeah, it's not. The deal is almost. It's not been inked yet.
Okay. Well, I mean, that's more than just a front runner. The report here. This is from according to Woj. That they're closing in on hiring him, that they're working out a deal with him.
Okay, closing in, front runner is the same thing. It's not done.
Front runner is like there are multiple candidates for this thing. This is Woj himself reporting that it's just a matter of a deal getting done. It doesn't seem like there's anybody else that they're even talking about.
17 hours ago, Suns assistant Willie Green has emerged as the strong front runner and the New Orleans Pelicans' choice to become the franchise's next head coach.
Right. I'm reading Maloney's that came out a little bit after that credited
Maloney
report. And they don't even mention another name.
Yes.
Maloney. That's what it is.
Yeah, that's the only name I've heard. I mean, I've heard for the past week was Willie Green.
Such a good dude, man. Ask Schwartz about him. We did the Willie Green show when Schwartzman and I worked together in Princeton, and Willie went out of his way. Interviews, sound bites, get a guest on. Like, he just enjoyed it. He would sit and talk with us in the locker room after games and bullshit with us. Like,
I had golf balls with him one day.
Yeah. So and he just has that. Doesn't he just have that, right?
Yeah, he's just a laid back, cool dude.
Very laid back dude. Yep.
Yeah.
Cool.
Loves to play golf, man.
Does he? I didn't know that.
Yeah. Plays with Aaron McKee all the time.
The baby out here trending.
You're listening to The Middle on the Sports Map Radio Network.
Presented by Rocket Mortgage.
Live from the O'Reilly Auto Parts Studios. Here's Eytan Shander, Barrett Brooks, and Harry Mays.
Fake news coming out in about 13 minutes. We'll start looking at the Open as well and some baseball stuff too with Max.
People on the stream are suggesting or wondering if Barrett is faded right now.
If I'm faded.
If he's low-key faded, bro.
No. Is this the glasses?
Yeah, I think the glasses give you that look like you're sort of,
You know what? See, these glasses are they're not like prescription or anything. They're the glass keep the glare from your eyes.
Right.
Being, watching it. Because I was starting to get headaches from the screen, flashing in my eyes like that, because I do mine from my computer. I don't know if you guys use it. You guys use your camera. I use my computer's camera, to do the show. So my eyes I started getting headaches and stuff, man. And my eyes are like half closed. I thought they thought I was faded because of that. No, it's because the glare from the computer started to hurt my eyes, man. So
you are faded. It's just a different type of faded.
Oh, headache faded. I was headache faded, yeah.
But those glasses are basically just repelling the glare because instead
the blue glare,
glare, we see the glare.
Right.
Yeah.
I can see your screen from your glasses, right?
So if you were watching porn on the computer, we could see it.
Yeah.
Oh, I know guys that do that.
Just an FYI.
I don't do that.
You start pulling a Hollis Thomas on us here, we're gonna know. All right.
I didn't say it, but yes, there it is.
There's a rumor that Harry used to look up porn on the computer he worked at back at the Fanatic.
No, there was a firewall. You couldn't.
Oh, is that?
You couldn't do it. They had the firewall in there, man.
You couldn't get, of all people, you couldn't get around the firewall. You're telling me
I'm not a hacker. I don't know how to hack a computer.
No, you know somebody in IT. Maybe you slipped them a free round of golf. Slip around the firewall.
No way.
All right, just
I
curious.
can't. I got to go take a. I didn't have an edible or smoke anything. No, man. I got to
Yeah.
go take I got to take a drug test so I could be a coach, man. You got to do
Really?
you got to go through the steps and everything, bro.
All the kids are high. You're not allowed to be high.
Seriously, man.
Right.
What kind of a world is this?
Seriously.
Kids on the field faded.
Yeah.
These kids are on all types of crap, and you have to be sober?
That's
Yeah,
ridiculous.
yeah.
That doesn't make sense.
Well, at least before I go, go pee in a cup, man.
If anything, you should be able to take a bunch of Adderall or whatever the hell the drug of choice is now just to get on their level.
Right.
Well,
So
you
understand.
could be all yacked up as well. Maybe you need that. Maybe just go full yak mode. That's all.
Dealing with them kids, man. I can't wait to go today, man.
So
I can't wait.
let me ask you this. This is the all-important question that we're kind of dancing around since you announced this today, that you're going to be coaching some high school football in South Jersey. Is this going to interfere with the show?
None whatsoever.
During August, during two-a-days.
Absolutely not.
Or they don't do two-a-days anymore, I guess.
Are we going to see you from the practice field?
No. I'm coaching. I am not even an assistant coach. I am a volunteer coach.
Oh, so you're not going to be doing the games then, Friday nights, Saturdays, are you?
Well, I will be doing the games if I can. Yes. I
Oh,
will be
okay.
doing the games,
Wait, is everybody a volunteer coach, or is it just you?
Well, no.
When I hear volunteer, I hear not getting paid.
Right. I'm not getting paid for
Which
this.
is fine if everybody's doing it, but if
Right.
The head coach, these guys pocketing some, and I guess in the
Well, they don't get paid a lot anyways. Them high school coaches, they may get $5,000 extra.
Okay, is that it
for the year? Yeah. That's why I can't be a coach. No, unless I'm going college or NFL. I mean, that's when I'll go full time and be a coach if I go college or NFL. But no, not just high school football. I'm not going to have to deal with these kids in class and then have to turn right back around and deal with some more in practice. Can't do that.
No, that's enough for you.
I love the kid, but not that much.
I don't think anybody's going to argue with that, man. Honestly, like there has to be a line at some point where it's just like, all right, I've done my good deed here. Let me keep it moving.
Yeah, because I can see when the parents now, I can see when the parents now get mad. My son is not playing. He should be starting. And exactly. I remember I volunteered some time with this team before. Same thing happened. This lady comes up, a lady and her husband come up, my son should be starting right now. He's so who's your son?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it's Jack. Jack just, I said, oh, okay then. All right. Do you
Jack.
really believe that Jack should be playing right now? Yes, I know he can play. I said, all right, this is what I'm gonna do.
Mm-hmm.
Jack's a middle linebacker, right? I said, all right, I'm gonna put Jack in practice. I said, you know what? Don't even come to practice later on the day. Come to practice later on the day because they come in early in the day. So come to practice later on the day. They're like, okay, then we'll be there. So we go to practice. I said, all right, I'm gonna put your son in. Now this is the starting offense. And I'm gonna put Jack in to play linebacker. We see. I'm gonna tell you what Jack is supposed to do on this play. Jack's supposed to take on the fullback and then go tackle the running back. I said, okay, man, I put Jack in there. Jack got his head busted. Bam, hit him. His head hit the ground. The fullback hit him and kept going and went and blocked the safety too.
Wow.
I said, your son, this is what your son, you should thank me for saving your son's life. Because you imagine your son out there playing against guys like this all the time?
Wow.
I said, watch, this is a pass play. This is a pass play. He's going to have to cover this running dick, coming out the backfield. I said, watch him on this play. Man, running back beat him by 20 yards for a touchdown. I said, your son's saying all this stuff when he go home, like he should be starting, he should be playing. Realistically, man, sir.
Yeah.
Your son
with all due respect. You throw in a nice little, with all due respect. And then you
I'm saving your son's life.
Yeah, right.
I'm saving your son's life. I'm saving his psyche. I'm saving him as a person, man, because he gets beaten, trounced so much in practice, man. I can't even put him in on scout team half the time.
First game's against West Deptford on September the 4th.
Was the powerhouse team too?
Yeah, and then they got Winslow Township,
another pretty good team.
Cedar Creek.
Really good team too, yeah.
Timber Creek is good.
Really good.
Timber
really
Creek,
good.
yeah, they put a lot of guys in D1.
Yeah.
And then Holy Spirit, Pleasantville, and then Camden. That's the Thanksgiving weekend game, probably.
That's
Camden.
the game of games, yeah.
Wow. We might have to attend one of these games, Eytan.
Yeah,
no question.
Can you get us field passes?
Of course.
When are these games?
Well, They're on Saturdays.
Saturday. Most of them Saturdays.
They look like a lot of 11 a.m. nooners. There's one.
They
at
don't
night.
have lights there.
Yeah.
They don't have lights at.
Well, Winslow Township must have lights because they're playing it that night.
Yeah, they do. They got a nice field also.
Wow.
Well, I'm out.
Saturday.
That's right around the corner from me.
That's a lot of time invested on a Saturday, man.
Well, that gets in the way of your 6 shows.
Yeah, I make good money on Friday and Saturday. Absolutely.
Right.
Absolutely.
When do you get a break,
more than
man?
just not on a day. And here's the thing: the break wouldn't be, no offense to you guys, but to go spend a couple of hours watching high school football in South Jersey. If I had a break, I'd probably be stuck here doing something to help the household. So I need to pick and I'd rather justify a break by having you guys come out and play golf as opposed to doing anything else. Even playing football. You could suit me up against the high schoolers. Put me at center so I don't have to move. That's all. I could probably play center right now in high school.
No, man. I make my center move. I have them snap and pull. I make them go down like Jason Kelsey type of player, bro.
We're going old school. Now, real quick, did you guys see this? I'm about to pull this up because it's the beef that won't die. It's the beef that won't go away. Although they'll never play with each other.
Well, is this DeChambeau and Koepka?
Yes.
Yeah.
It's never going to really come to a head. It's just going to be something to talk about, right?
Well, I mean, you never know. I mean, I would love a breakfast and brunch Bryson and Brooks pairing on a Sunday at the British Open. That would be tremendous.
But I just
talk out the grievances
like that specific. It's such a narrow focus of what needs to happen. That's all.
Yeah.
Talk out the differences or whatever.
Work out. I'm sorry. What'd you say?
Talk out their differences.
No, I don't think Brooks Koepka is a talk out their differences type of guy. Bryson maybe, but now look at this. This is amazing.
Wait a second. A reporter accidentally called him Brooks.
Last week.
Here it is.
Brooks. Last week.
Now that sounds like an Irish accent.
Yes. That's tremendous.
I hate to do it to you.
All right, here it is.
Hi, Brooks.
Brooks.
It sounds a little higher than a British accent, right? Could be British.
It's a little Irish, I think.
Yeah, right. Not Scottish, because you would need more of a higher note at the end of the question.
Brooks.
Brooks. The way he said Brooks, that sounds Irish to me.
Yeah, it sounded like Padraig Harrington.
Maybe it was.
Yeah.
It was Patty Harrington. All right, Greg Lewis used to do this all the time when he was an Eagle, and I used to cover way, way, way back when, where he would grab like a roll of tape and slide into the media scrum and hold the roll of tape up to like Brian Westbrook or whoever it may be, right? And just act the fool in the middle of the media scrum.
G. Lou, yeah.
You think Patty Harrington has done this?
He might have.
He snuck into this? I mean, this is ridiculous. They called him Brooks.
This is Patrick Harrington for the Dublin News, and he goes in there and calls him Brooks.
I got
tremendous.
Chambo after that. He's faded. He is totally faded after that, man. He couldn't handle it.
Bro, at this point, man, I would think that he just take it on the chin and just keep going forward on that. I mean, I want to fight that guy, bro. Don't call me that. That'd be like somebody call me Dolman, Chris Dolman. Chris Dolman. What? Come on, man. That's fighting words, man.
It's not an honor to be called Chris Dolman.
No.
Not if you're trying to block him, I don't think. Look, if somebody called me Brooks Koepka walking off Huntington Valley, I wouldn't have a problem at all.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Somebody mistaken me for Louis Oosthuizen, and I'm like, hey, we're good.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
I gotta get a South African accent.
Oh man!
Oh my goodness!
We got to take a break on all around. We have fake news coming up next. Also, we'll try and jam this in, maybe in overtime. I found something on Twitter that it was baseball related and was actually more interesting, at least on the surface, than the home run derby. All right, and get to that as well. Fake news with Ron coming up next.
I get scared sometimes.
Of a lot of things.
Joining in.
Decisions.
The dark.
The dark.
But I once heard someone say,
But as I always say,
it's okay to be afraid
as long as you face the fear.
and keep moving forward.
Wherever you are in life, count on the name trusted in insurance for over 80 years. Independence Blue Cross.
The savoring taste of a good bag of beef jerky is so enjoyable at any time of the day, as long as you can find it. Here's what we suggest. Pure Bull beef jerky is our answer, and soon it will be yours. Locally produced in the Philadelphia region, this high-quality, healthy protein snack is easy to secure. Go to steersnacks.com, and you'll see hot garlic, tropical heat, Pure Bull dry rub, and our favorite, Huck and Fod. What's that? Huck and Fod. Go now to steersnacks.com.
Welcome to the Wildwoods, the perfect place where you can safely do everything or nothing at all. Catch a wave, take a nap, go for a drive, grab a bite. It's your vacation, and we're doing everything we can to make it a safe one. The Wildwoods. Your vacation, your way.
The International Brotherhood of Electrical Workers, Local Union 98, is a proud sponsor of The Labor Show with J. and Krause every Saturday night from 6 till 8 p.m. IBEW Local 98's highly trained and superbly skilled electricians are the best in the business, setting the highest safety standards in the electrical industry. So when you're planning your next industrial, commercial, or residential project, choose an IBEW Local 98 union contractor. Learn more at ibew98.org.
Field of life, First Trust Bank is there for you.
Champions on 3. 1, 2, 3.
Because Philadelphia dreams deserve a Philadelphia bank.
This is a key. It's a family tree. It's a pair of wings. It's a secret handshake. And a ticket to anywhere in the world. It's more than a uniform. It's the door to a world most people only dream of. There's Strong, and then there's Army Strong. Try it on at GoArmy.com.
Network.
Presented by Rocket Mortgage.
Live from the O'Reilly Auto Parts Studios. Here's Eytan Shander, Barrett Brooks, and Harry Mays.
All right, Ron Culver's got 3 stories. One of them is fake, and it's up to us to determine which one it is. We do it each and every Tuesday, Thursday at this time, called it Fake News, and I think that's as best I can describe it, man. Take it away.
It was perfect.
Yep. Welcome back, Double R. We'll double in.
Double in. Unless you want to call me Ron.
He's on fire already.
Rough Riders in the break. That's why he had Double R on the mind.
What Riders?
Come on, man. The
Rough Riders, man.
Rough Riders. You remember DMX? I mean, come on. What?
I thought you were referring to something else.
What, Teddy Roosevelt and the Rough Riders?
I thought Barrett, Barrett's computer was on something else, and you guys were watching it through his glasses again.
You see it?
Wait a second.
We all see it.
Mount Rushmore of Rough Riders. DMX, Teddy Roosevelt. Who's next?
Isn't there a Saskatchewan Rough Riders?
Yes.
Isn't that their nickname?
Amazing pull, Harry Mays.
Canadian Football League.
Amazing pull.
Yeah.
Rough Riders. All right, go ahead.
I actually did myself today because I have 4 stories. 3 are real, 1 is fake. You guys ready for this?
Yes.
Yeah.
Although, here's the thing. I don't think that we're necessarily so good that you need to keep adding stories. I think you do a pretty good job of fooling us with 3.
What happens is you come across a story, and I'm like, I got to talk about this one. This one's kind of fun. All right, here we go. Story number 1. The Catholic University of America in Washington, D.C. recently found a piece of film history they had lost for nearly 50 years. Dorothy's dress from Wizard of Oz. And it turns out that the dress is actually not blue, but gold.
Okay.
What? I'm lost. We got from Catholic University in D.C. to Dorothy's dress.
Yeah, that was a leap.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's go story 2.
All right.
Story number 2. A new warning is out there for yet another TikTok trend. Dentists have had to state that using Mr. Clean's magic eraser to whiten your teeth is actually dangerous.
Oh, God.
I'm telling you,
It's got to be believable.
I used to be anti-TikTok until I realized that this is Darwin. Like, Charles Darwin has come back in the form of TikTok to weed out people who really are in a position, like, if you're going to drink bleach or Mr. Clean or something like that, then you've just alerted the world that you may not be ready for our world.
Yeah.
That's all. Like, you may, and look, I'm not saying you shouldn't be alive. I don't want people to think like I'm calling people to be dead. What I'm saying is, like, you've alerted to the world that you may need some extra help in your day to day.
It's like putting up a red flag.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, like sending up a flare. I need help.
That's a self-owned sending up of a flare. Right?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Story number 3.
Story number 3. A British paratrooper fell 15,000 feet into a Southern California home after his parachute failed to open properly. He survived, complaining of feeling some pain, but did not have any visible injuries.
I mean, wouldn't you?
British paratrooper fell in California.
Yes. Wouldn't you have to have landed on a bed or like a bed of hay or something like that? I mean, how do you land on somebody's table?
Bruh, there's no way this is happening, bruh. He said 15,000 feet, not 1,500. 15,000 feet. No. Without his parachute opening, there's no possible way. That has to be the
Was
fake
this
story.
done in some movie where it was a stunt? And it's because therefore it's in California, and it's a movie that included a war movie?
Could be. That okay, so now you're onto something. Maybe this is one of these Ron Culver themes where everything is really a plot to a movie.
I mean, we've had The Wizard of Oz. Now we got maybe some other movie. What would the second,
I agree, right? A movie about somebody paratroop. What's the most famous movie about somebody paratrooping? Maybe he's talking about Gone with the Wind. All right, let's go story 4.
Story number Gone with the Wind. That's a good poll. Not really.
No, well, don't you remember? There's a famous Simpsons episode.
Gone with the Wind.
Well, don't you? There's a famous Simpsons episode where they talk about the hidden ending of Gone with the Wind, where instead of flying away, whoever comes back and like parachutes technically back onto the piano that Sam's playing and has a machine gun and starts mowing people down. Come on.
That's Casablanca.
Oh, there you go. Casablanca.
Yeah, Gone with the Wind. Gone with the Wind is like a Civil War type of era.
There you go.
Frankly, Scott, I don't give a damn. That's what that came from.
Yes, there you go. It's all the same crap. All right, go ahead.
Story number 4. Cuban dictator Miguel Diaz-Canel has taken to blame Mia Khalifa for organizing riots in Cuba on behalf of the U.S. government.
Not Wiz Khalifa.
No. Although I would put Mia on top of the all-time Khalifa list.
Barrett, you still wearing your glasses?
Yes.
He is.
Why don't you go ahead and Google Mia Khalifa?
Yeah, go ahead.
All right, let me see.
Yeah. Oh, boy, we're going to see this.
And go to the image tab.
Yeah.
Let's see if this really works. Go to the image tab.
Right.
Now, what is this? Like 3 of the 4 are plots of real movies, and then 4 is a plot of a porn movie? I mean, what's happening here?
All right. What was the second story again?
There's a new warning being put out for another TikTok trend. Dentists have had to state that.
Oh, that's right.
Mr. Clean's magic eraser is to whiten your teeth is actually dangerous.
Which is highly believable. People do this ridiculous stuff and then broadcast it on TikTok.
I'm glad I'm not on TikTok. I will never be on TikTok.
No, I can't ever see me.
I don't need TikTok. And TikTok doesn't need me. Barrett's studying Mia Khalifa's best work here.
Mia Khalifa.
She's not related to Wiz.
She might be.
Which Wiz?
All right. Okay. All right. Well,
there you go.
Wisniewski? I don't know, man. I don't know.
All right, story number 1 I need again. That's the one about the dress.
Which sounded like the movie.
The Catholic University of America, which is located in Washington, D.C., recently found a piece of film history they had lost for nearly 50 years. It was Dorothy's dress from Wizard of Oz, and it turns out that the dress is actually not blue, but gold.
So it was blue washed in order for Hollywood blue washed the gold dress.
No, I mean I think that was that remember that thing back in the day where some people would see a gold dress, some people say a blue dress.
Right, that's what I'm saying.
I saw a blue dress. That's all I know.
Blue also. I saw blue.
All right, this is tough. See, 4 stories, it's hard for me to even recall all of them. Like, I just had him repeat 2 of them. Now I forget the next 2.
Everyone talking about Barrett being faded.
Yeah, I'm going to say,
well,
is it story 3 about the parachute, the paratrooper?
Yes.
All right.
Yeah, I'm totally guessing here.
That seems too obvious to say that's fake.
Mia Khalifa, though, again, we do reference porn and porn stars on this program. I think we just referenced one earlier in the first hour. So this is where I think Ron, like, there's certain things Ron, when he brings up, knows he has to do his homework on and really make it. Like, he can't just talk about an ex-receiver running a deep fly because he knows Barrett is going to catch him on that. He can't just talk about, anything that I BS about in life because he knows he can't talk about porn or golf without being on his Q's and T's, right? P's and Q's without Harry catching him. You're not going to slip a porn star through Harry's 5-hole.
That didn't sound very good.
Yeah, right. I would never want to do that, Eytan.
Right. I'll go story number 4 is fake.
I say story 3 because I have no idea. Barrett?
I'm going with the parachuter, man. I gotta go with
that's 3 as well.
That's 3, yeah.
Ron.
Barrett, you were on to something with story number 1. Story number 1 is fake.
Oh, the Catholic University and
stole that from the dress story. All right, Max is coming up next.
Wow.
Unbelievable. He just stole it. He just ripped that off from the dress story. That's all that was. So that means the other 3 stories were real.
So I need more info on this paratrooper.
Me too, man. I got to see that, bro.
Right. All right. Just making sure, right? Because otherwise, I don't know. There wasn't any other story that we need info on, right?
Well, the Mia Khalifa. I want to know where he got that.
Right.
Okay. All right. Let's bring on Max here, buddy. What's happening, brother?
What's up, guys?
Max,
hey, Max.
The deal, bro?
Nice to meet you guys.
Otritsky, and you can follow him on Twitter at DFS Max. So we're live on our stream right now. And you just heard we ended our segment on the radio. So we're still live on the stream, and then we'll be back on Sports Map in like 2 minutes or so. So just wanted to
go
first. This Harry Barrett, Harry.
What's up, guys?
What's going on, Max?
You guys ready to make some money? A little golf money?
Yes.
Absolutely.
Now, I'm building you up to Harry and Barrett in that order because Harry, of all people on the show, he's the golfer. He's the one that knows, like, you can deep cut somebody and he's going to know exactly where Spawn is or Shank is or any of these other guys that you have now put me onto with betting.
Shank is a bad guy to I can't follow him. That's the worst name in golf. Shank.
And Max, I don't bet and I don't play golf
over the weekend.
Oh man, this is gonna be boring for you, dude.
No, but see, don't let Barrett fool you because Barrett is on a show. All 3 of us are on another radio station in Philadelphia. The show that you join me Wednesdays, Fox Sports Radio Gambler, right? Harry does a podcast and also does an appearance on the afternoon show, Swing It and Dig It. So it's a golf show that he does. Barrett, who's going to try and tell you and convince you over the next 10, 15 minutes he's not a betting guy, is on a betting show called Beating Your Bookie.
Oh, jeez.
Yes, so he knows exactly what's going on. I just think he thinks the people at NBC Sports are watching and he doesn't want to have a conversation.
Da.
Listen, betting is going to be like in every major sport soon. So, like every state, every sport, it's going to be a big part of the broadcasts. So
I love it. I love how much they've infused it on the.
Yeah, even yesterday with the home run derby.
Yeah,
it was all over the place. I was impressed.
Not even wagering can make me watch the home run derby.
It was pretty fun yesterday, though.
Was it?
Yeah.
I saw like 10 minutes of it.
Really long home runs because Coors Field is just a joke of a park. But yeah, it was pretty fun.
Wow. Here we go. Here we go.
This is The Middle on the SportsMap Radio Network.
Presented by Rocket Mortgage.
Live from the O'Reilly Auto Parts Studios. Here's Eytan Shander, Barrett Brooks, and Harry Mays.
As promised, and you're already paying attention on the JAKIB Media YouTube page. Reminder, like, share, make sure you're subscribed to the channel. You hit the notification bell. You've already been introduced to Max Motritsky at DFS Max on Twitter. Baseball, golf, from the betting and DFS world, a coworker, friend, and compadre of mine on Awesemo as well. I hope you're okay with me using the term friend because that may be one way. And the two guys that I work with have experienced that many times over with me, where it's like, he considers me a friend, but
dude, we've talked after 10 p.m. So before that to me is a friend because usually I'm asleep after that time with my kids.
Wait, Max, you talked to him and you weren't on the show? We only talked to him on the show.
We were texting.
Right. No. We have an agreement here where we help each other out, right?
Yeah.
Max is in a different state where a lot of what we like to partake in, right?
Yeah, New York is a little bit behind the 8 ball when it comes to sports betting. So Eytan helps me out a little bit to make some extra money in the sports betting world.
And then I get every piece of little access to gigantic nugget that is inside Max's mind here. So we can do a couple of things. We'll start with the Open, of course, although we did have the home run derby, and Max is sharp when it comes to baseball as well. So we can definitely look at what's gone right and wrong, respectively, with our team in Philadelphia, and definitely mine Max for what's gone wrong more so than right with the Yankees. But let's begin, right? Let's begin with the Open. Harry, why don't you start? Because I'm sure you have a bunch of things on the tip of your tongue now, 2 days out before this thing starts.
Well, yeah, I think it's kind of interesting that Jordan Spieth is basically the second favorite now going into to this tournament. But the other thing that I wanted to get an answer on, and I'm hoping Max can help us here, Rory McIlroy, there's no top 5 or top 10 odds for him now on DraftKings. And I was wondering, A, if you knew that, and B, if you'd have any idea as to why that would be. Is that just a mistake? I'm looking at it right now.
I don't think they priced a lot of guys yet. Like I'm looking at their 3-ball stats, and I don't see anything. So I think they're just a little bit late. I mean, Rory just played at the Scottish. He didn't do so hot. But I listened to his interview this morning, and he was talking about how he figured some stuff out on Sunday in his practice round.
Right.
So he says he's ready to go. Rory's so good at these British events that it's either a top 10 or
or he misses the cut.
Or he misses the cut.
Right. Like he did in Northern Ireland 2 years ago.
Yeah, in his home country.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, Rory, for me, I'm always into the guy. The guy is so good with his irons, so good with the driver. So for him, it's always just a putter is the problem. If he's putting well, he's going to be in the top 10, and he'll be there at the end.
I can get him real quick. Just to jump in, I can get him on Fox Bet. Top 5 at plus 400, top 10 at plus 187, top 20 at minus 118.
Yeah, I would just bet him top 10 because if he makes the cut, he's going to top 10.
He's going to be somewhere around plus 180 right here on based on where he's positioned in the board. Schauffele's just ahead of him at plus 160 top 10, and JT plus 200 top 10. So he's probably 180 or something.
Yeah, that makes sense. I have him actually pretty low in my model just because I don't think he's very good at putting on slow greens.
Yeah,
and that's what you have here. Like you have some of the slowest greens they'll ever see
because it's so windy.
Yeah, they can't cut them short,
right?
Because the ball will just roll off. So yeah, like here, he's not very good on these greens. So if he somehow figures it out, he'll do well.
Well, and the other thing with the setup of this golf course, it's not necessarily overly long, but these guys are going to miss a lot of fairways. Even guys who can drive the ball straight will miss a lot of fairways just because of the way you're going to hit a bump and it's going to go off to the right or the left, and you're going to be in some wispy grass or some rough. So is it one of these deals where you're like, hey, you know, the guys like Bryson DeChambeau, McIlroy, Koepka, DJ, guys that can just hit it 330, 340 off the tee are going to be so much closer with lofted irons. You might as well just ride with them.
So the problem is that they have these bunkers set up in those ranges right there. So everybody pretty much takes less than driver here. So this actually brings into play like all these old guys. That's why the average age of guys that win the Open is like 6 years older than everybody everywhere else. Because like guys like Kisner, guys like, you know, like older guys here can actually compete where they can't really compete at a US Open or a PGA Championship anymore, just because it's a bomb and gouge. So you hit it as far as you can, and then you take a wedge. But here you have to avoid the bunkers. You have to avoid the really tall grass. So for me, I'm actually into some guys that hit it shorter, which I would never play at any.
Like Paul Casey?
Yeah, I mean, I love Paul Casey everywhere. But
real quick, on the flip side of that, Max, who is a guy, especially as we go chalk, right? If it's a popular name in Bryson, it's just a popular chalk play in Rahm, and anybody in between, right? I see DJ getting a ton of love on social. Who is a guy, and it may not be any of those guys, but to your point about not being able to just bomb it and then benefit from it, who is the one guy close or at the top that it's going to hurt the most?
Bryson's going to hurt the most because his irons have been so bad. He just lost his caddy. Like, did you guys hear that story? Just an absolute disaster. So he's playing with a brand new caddy at a course where he can't really bomb it. So for him, he's going to have to hit these like long irons. And I don't know. I have no faith that he's going to figure out how to adjust for all these undulations and everything else. So this is really like the course for him. So him, I would avoid the most up top out of all the really popular guys.
Wow. You mentioned Casey. Do you have, I know we're 2 days out, so, you know, the mining and the models and everything's going to come later tomorrow, but just as kind of an outside look to it, and we won't hold you accountable by any means, right or wrong. If right, then we'll blow you up for it. But is there anybody, and I'm just, you know, hanging with you and following you and watching how you work, I know that there are guys that I never would have even looked at from a value standpoint and say, wow, you know, all of a sudden Danny Willett, or all of a sudden Russell Henley, or, you know, Lucas Glover becomes playable. And I never would have even thought to top 10 or 20 or 50. So do you have one or two guys that are off the beaten path, if you will, that not even long shots, but great value for a top 10 or top 20?
Yeah, so for me, it's like these weird American guys that usually never play over here coming over that we just liked at the last tournament. So like Ches Reavie, who was top 5, top 10, he's like a target golf guy. And that's who I'm really looking at here. Guys that will hit fairways and will hit greens. Because like you guys mentioned, like Harry mentioned, it's super hard to hit fairways and greens here. Like this is way below average on tour. So guys that just consistently hit fairways and will hit greens will have more chances for birdie. So guys like Ches Reavie, guys like Lucas Glover that just won at a course that's very similar in the sense that you got to hit fairways and greens and you don't have to hit it super long. So those are the types of guys I look at. Danny Willett, I actually really like this week. Really good on slow greens. You just mentioned him. And like a weirdo guy that really pops for me on all the majors, really, but especially here on really hard courses, is the South African guy. I don't even know how to say his name correctly. Christian Bezuidenhout.
Bezuidenhout,
yeah. I really like him here. I think he always does well at these really tough courses.
He's a great iron player.
Yeah.
What about Martin Keimer? Finished second at the BMW International not too long ago. Has been playing better of late in the last year. Disappeared for a bunch of years, but you know, something tells me that he might be able to show up and grab a top 10 at plus 1,200.
See, like I don't have any stats on him. is my problem, because he mostly plays on the Euro.
He's on the
Tour.
Euro Tour, yeah.
Yeah. And like, he plays some events, he misses others. I saw, like, he was good at the US Open, right? He came in 26th, like, out of nowhere. Gained 5 strokes in approach, 2.5 on the greens. So yeah, he's been playing really well lately. I like that play.
All right, so let me ask a question for Barrett here. Give Barrett the easiest bet to make across the board that's going to keep him involved for 4 straight days, so that Thursday we can justify moving away from another mini camp topic on the Eagles, and Friday we don't have to bog our audience down with crap surrounding why Bryce Harper can only hit solo home runs.
I think like a fun bet that I want to make is I want to bet Patty Reed like top 5, like to win in like 5 places. This is a really good course for him, and he's such like a villain that I really like following because everybody hates him.
Oh, I
and
love
especially like in England, people hate him there because he's been so good.
He's Captain America.
Exactly, he's Captain America. So I think that's a fun bet to make for Barrett here.
You could also just do a matchup bet too, because then your guy only has to beat one other guy, not the whole
who's he
field.
matched up with here? Let's take a look.
I can find it here. Let's see. I'm looking at one here. Zaden, who you mentioned, is over Palmer, -125.
Oh yeah, I like that.
Over Palmer. I like that a lot.
Reader's with Casey though.
Oh, he is?
That's a tough bet, yeah. But Casey's actually a dog here. He's +100. I only have Bet365 odds for some reason on my app right now.
Scotty Scheffler seems like a guy who's ready to.
He just crushed it at the Scottish. Like,
yeah, he played well there, but he does well on this type of golf course. I think it kind of suits him.
Did you see like him hit his stinger drive?
Yeah.
There was a video of it on Twitter. He hit it like 10 yards off the surface.
Yeah.
And it went like 350. It's insane.
All right. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, these guys are just like so talented, like the younger guys, the younger generation. But I don't know, like I feel like older guys always compete here because there's just so much weird stuff that happens at the Open.
Weird
like
bounces.
You hit it in the fescue and like you can't find your ball and you end up taking like an 8 on a par 4, and a lot of dudes just can't handle it.
Yeah, Reed -125 over Adam Scott.
Oh, I like
matchup.
That.
Yeah.
Bet that.
I'm probably going to be getting a text from Max tomorrow night on that one. you never know. All right, real quick.
See, Max, I don't see that would be the only way I watch it is if I have money on the line. See,
like
who told you 15 minutes ago he doesn't bet? Just conceded that the only way he'll watch something is if he has money on the line. See,
dude, this is so perfect for people who have young kids because it's so early in the morning,
right?
And there's nothing to watch. Like my kids watch the same cartoon over and over again. So like I'm just gonna have this on my phone while I'm sitting with them, like ungodly hours of the morning.
You know, you bring this up, and I have to mention this to the crew and to the stream as well. And again, at DFS Max, make sure you're following him on Twitter. Max is doing what I did a couple of years ago on the radio live, watching a show that everybody has seen except him. And I did this with The Wire a couple of years ago. Right, where I never saw The Wire. It was maybe 4 years ago or so. And it was the first time, and I binged it. And every day I would come in. Our program director, Harry knows, and Barrett, the guy we work, hated it because I would move away from sports. But Max, you're going, and I'm so jealous. Max is watching The Simpsons because he has small children in the house, and he's watching The Simpsons for the first time. And this is amazing. Did we lose Max here? Hold on.
I think we did.
All right, sorry.
No, there he is. There he is.
And this is amazing. Because I'll get like the Slack and be like, yo, I just watched Homer this or that. And I'm thinking to myself, oh man, I remember when I was all lit up in college and watching, like 15 Simpsons episodes in a row. And I'm envious, my friend, jealous and envious that you're watching the show for the first time.
It's so good because there's so much content, right? There's like 1 million seasons.
Yeah.
And I just get to watch it while I'm putting my kids to sleep. They don't really get it yet, so I can't watch it with them. I remember like when my kids were like 1 and I could watch Family Guy with them and like they didn't understand what was happening, but like now I can't do that. They're old enough where they're like gonna go to school and extremely inappropriate.
Yeah. Then they start asking you questions like, did he mean this, Dad? I'm like, hold on now.
Yeah, there's a lot of innuendo in that show too, man. The whole thing is innuendo. Yeah.
Real quick, hang tight. We're going to be back in 3 on the network, still live on the JAKIB Media YouTube page. Max Matriski's hanging out at DFS Max. And back in 3 on Sports Map Radio. All right, I want to get back to the Open real quick from a betting standpoint, but just and again, I know that the model isn't out and this isn't official as of yet, but do you have a couple of guys that you're going to look to get to in cash lineups that you know are chalk for you setting up cash lineups?
Yeah, so for me, it's going to be Morikawa for sure. He's only like 9,200 on DraftKings, way underpriced. And I actually made a model like really quick in the last hour, and he's number one. And he just had like a weird interview where he said he couldn't figure out how to hit his irons at the Scottish because he couldn't figure out like how deep to hit the ball because the grass is so different than like in the fairways than it is in the US. And it's his first time playing on a links course last week. But man, he just sets up so well here.
Yeah.
It's like all the greens, all the fairways, the irons are amazing. I don't know. I'm going to play him. He's too cheap.
I was amazed at that he has this lack of experience. Hovland has never played in the British Open either, and he was like the U.S. amateur guy a couple of years ago. Like, why didn't he play in 2019?
It's weird.
Yeah,
but he just won at the what's it called, the British Masters, right?
Yeah, he won.
Yeah.
I forget which one it was, but it was the week after I took him at the U.S. Open. I think he won. Yeah, he dropped out of the U.S. Open because he got sand in his eye or something.
I had him.
Or was that the PGA? I forget.
No. You're right. It was at the U.S. Open where he. Yeah, I mean he was playing awful. Like, he was +6 or something. I don't think he was going to make the cut. But
then he got sand in his eye.
Sand in his eye.
Can I? Has anybody? I'm curious. Yeah, right. That's like out of was it Bloodsport? Dan had the sand in his eye. Sand. He couldn't stand anything. Sand. Right, and he still kicks the guy's ass. It was Bloodsport, not Kickboxer, right? With the sand.
It was
no idea.
Come on.
Yeah.
None
It was.
of you guys know this?
It was. Was it Van Damme when he was sitting there? It was Bloodsport. Bloodsport. Yeah,
right.
Bloodsport. Yep. Bloodsport.
Now, I have to say, and I haven't noticed this because we've done shows together, and I know that I've definitely noticed your accent in New York, of course, being from that area. But has anybody ever said that you sound like a little bit of a raspier Christopher Walken?
Nope.
Really?
I got like a Russian accent too.
Well, yeah, I think the Russian in me hears that.
Yeah.
But I hear
sure.
Walken. But
really?
You've got a little bit of a rasp, like Walken isn't rasp. Trust me, I think it's awesome because you're the only person I've ever heard outside of somebody doing an impression.
I love Walken.
That sounds like
I'll take it as a compliment.
Well, Play Action Reel says on the stream it sounds a little like Kathleen Turner.
No,
I don't know about that.
I wouldn't think of Kathleen. No, that's not true. I think more of Walken. Like I hear.
I love Walken.
I heard a bunch about you.
Welcome to watch.
I was gonna play a Walken clip and see if we could go, play a game, Smotritsky or Walken.
Yeah.
Oh, it's a high compliment. Look, I just never heard it until now.
Yeah, the cowbell bit on SNL, right?
Yeah.
More cowbell.
Exactly. All right,
Blue Oyster Cult.
Blue Oyster Cult.
Plus 250 for Bryson DeChambeau to miss the cut.
What do you think? Yeah.
Is there a big name you really like to miss the cut? Because you throw the name out and I'll have the odds in front of me. Bryson, because you mentioned he could be the guy to struggle the most, not being able to bomb it. So, boy, if Bryson and Brooks miss the cut, then there goes that dream of having.
Yeah, Brooks isn't going to miss the cut. He played in Europe before he came to the PGA Tour. So he's got so much experience here. And he's just so good at majors. Like, I think he'll just hit less than driver. Like, he doesn't have a problem doing that, where Bryson does. Bryson almost has this, like, macho thing going now, where he's like, I have to bomb it because it's my thing. But you don't.
Right. He's got to kind of live up to the reputation and the brand that he's built.
Right. Like, it's just silly. Yeah, I don't know. Like, I think there were a lot of holes. Like, I played in what tournament? Oh, Rocket Mortgage, where he was just, like, ranked way ahead of everybody. And there were holes where I'm like, just hit the iron. And he won't. He just won't do it. So I don't know. I think he's a little bit immature. Like this whole Bryson and Brooks bit that's going on now is getting like stale and he's still into it. I don't know. I'm not a Bryson guy.
I'm not either.
You're
I'm surprised they don't
13th.
have a Ricky Fowler to miss the cut up here.
Oh.
That's not even on the list.
Wait a second. I have him at plus 137.
Oh, you do?
Yeah, you just got to go different books, man.
Yeah, I'm just
We're
looking
not
at one here.
sponsored by one specific book here. You can go around. I got him at 137 plus 137.
Okay.
What do you think?
I don't know, man. I think like this is a good course for him.
It is.
Yeah.
It is.
Right? Like he hits fairways, he hits greens, he doesn't need to hit it long because he can't do that anymore.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, like this is definitely a better course for him than most weeks.
You get involved in the nationality props?
Hey,
I
didn't
love
you ask
those.
me that like at the US Open?
Yeah.
Yeah, I got him here. All right, real quick. We're back tomorrow on Wednesday. Thanks to Ron Culver. We'll see you then on SportsMap. All right, before we hit overtime here, Max, you can hang with us for a sec. If you have to go daddy duty or whatever, or just
No, my kids are at
tired
school,
of
man.
us,
We're
that's
good.
fine. Trust me. All right, let's go through this really quick, right? This is another bet that Barrett can place and be involved in the weekend here. There are a bunch of different nationalities. Top Frenchman, Victor Perez, is the odds-on leader at plus 190. You've got Antoine Rosner at 260, and then a couple of longer shots.
Rosner's my guy.
260.
Love him.
All right. Top Asian, Takumi Kanaya.
Nope.
He's the odds-on favorite at plus 500.
I mean, because Matsuyama withdrew, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
No, CT Pan is actually plus 450.
I have him at plus 600 here.
Well, it's plus 450 here on DraftKings.
All right, hold on a second. Now we have a betting conversation more than we have a golf conversation. There
Yeah.
was 150 points difference in value for CT Pan to be the top Asian. Is it worth alone taking advantage of that value, Max?
I don't think so. Like I have him 136th in my model.
Ben On plus
Out of like
600.
170 guys or whatever
Yeah.
is playing here. Let me see. I think
I mean, is
had
there anybody
somebody-
other than On or maybe Hoshino that you would put money on as the top Asian?
No. It's just so hard because all these guys are not good. So like if one
Well, a
of them
lot
has
of the
a good
guys took
round-
off. A lot of the guys aren't playing because they're
Exactly.
skipping it
Right.
because they want to play in the
Okay.
Olympics. The Korean guys, especially, because if they win a medal or gold at the Olympics, they get to skip the Army
the
stuff that
mandatory
they have
Army
to do.
service. Yeah.
Like
Oh,
the
man.
Claret Jug doesn't get them a bypass on military service, but a gold medal does.
See, I thought that any major was good for them, or no?
Apparently not.
Wow. Yeah, I don't know.
Seems
That's
ridiculous.
rough, man. If I could avoid 2 years of military service, I would go to great lengths to do that, probably.
No, I'd rather go serve. I want to go in now.
Yeah. As a professional golfer, you would rather do that?
No, just as a talk show host. I'm ready to go in the military.
Yeah, but like, can you tell me a better job than a professional golfer?
Oh, no, you're preaching to the choir. with
Yeah,
that.
no, that's probably the best.
No, not by any means. Top. Let's look at this real quick. Top Englishman, Hatton at the top at 500, Fitzy and Fleetwood at 550, Paul Casey at 6, and then Westwood at 650, Rose at 8.
I had Fitzy top
What's
5.
Willett at?
I'm sorry?
What's Willett
Willett?
at?
Danny Willett.
2,200.
There's your
See, like,
value
I
play.
would play him. That's your value play, right? Like, because all these other guys are so close in talent, it's hard to pick. But if Willett has a really good tournament, you could beat them all and give you great odds.
Top American. Let's look at this real quick, and then we'll move on from these.
Shoffley.
Yeah,
Well,
Shoffley,
Look, everybody has value, including the chalk at Koepka at 800, JT at 9, alongside Spieth and DJ and Xander, Morikawa at 1,400. That's your
Yeah, I
cat
would play
play right
Morikawa. Yeah, I would
Yeah.
play Morikawa.
And Bryson also there at 1,400. All right, nice.
What's top South African?
Bezaden, is it Bezaden Hoot?
Oh,
Or no,
Louis
Louis
Oosthuizen,
Oosthuizen. It's
Yeah,
Louis
yeah.
Oosthuizen.
And then it's Brandon Grace between
Plus
Bezaden and
450 I got
Hoot.
him at.
Same
Yeah.
as me. I also
What do you
have
Daniel
Higgo
What do you have Daniel Van Tonder at?
plus 2,200.
Yeah.
That's your value bet because I have him really high in my model. He's been playing well. So, like, that's your value bet right there.
All right, what are the odds that over the next 4 days, Barrett Brooks is going to hit his 1-iron straight and center down the fairway? He's the only person we know, including people on tour, that not only carries a 1-iron in his bag, Max, but uses it.
Doesn't like Phil carry one randomly?
I do. It's a brand new club too, and you
I
know,
went out and bought it. It's not like it was a hand-me-down.
I didn't think they still made them.
Yeah,
I didn't think they still made them.
Yeah, I actually had it shortened a little bit, and I'm hitting a little better now that I had it shortened too.
See,
whatever works, man. I'm so bad at golf. Like, if I found a club that I could just hit straight every time, I would just hit that club.
Right.
Every shot. Regardless.
That's the beauty of it, right?
It would be like the 7-iron and 10 cup.
Yeah. Give me another ball.
Yeah, exactly.
Hey, I did want, if you have a minute or so, I did just want to get your thoughts on last night and really the second half of the season. We don't have to go deep into anything. We're only going to be on for another 2.5, 3 minutes anyway on overtime here. Of course, each and every day, 1 o'clock, following Sports Map Radio live on the JAKIB Media YouTube page at DFS Max. Max Motritsky joining us. Last night, Harry only watched 10 minutes. I don't even know if Barrett turned the damn thing on. I had a couple of bets that were long shots that busted, so I was too busy watching my Team USA first quarter and first half just, go up in flames. So it feels like with Ohtani, everything kind of lived up to the hype, even though he didn't win it.
Yeah, I mean, I was happy for Pete Alonso, right? Like, he made more money last night than he does all year with the Mets. Did you see, like, his salary is $650K?
Yeah.
Which is like, in New York City, with New York City taxes, the guy makes like $300K a year for a professional baseball player.
Right.
That's
Yeah.
insane.
Yeah, he made over the last 2 years. He's made $1.2 million.
Yeah,
he's won. He's won the home run derby twice at $2 million.
That's crazy.
Right.
Yeah,
but he'll be that dude in about another 2 years. He'll be probably making like a little under $200 million. So he just got to buy his time.
Yeah, he'll be making like $20 million a year pretty soon. But, I mean, I was happy for him. I like his swing. I like the guy. I think he has a good personality. We were joking around that like nobody knows who he is, and I was like, well, he does his interviews in English.
Yeah.
So I don't know why nobody knows who he is, because apparently that's the prerequisite now.
Well, he also has that conspiracy theory about baseball with what they're doing to the balls during certain years when certain free agent people are available. Did you get that? You remember that?
I didn't hear that, but that makes sense.
Like when a lot of pitchers come up, he says baseball will make it a live ball year, so it'll be a lot more home runs and runs. And then he says it's the opposite when hitters come up.
Dude,
love that guy.
Stuff. I mean, I don't know, but it was a good one. Like Soto was really good. I love him. He's like what 21, 22.
22, yeah.
Yeah, up and coming star. So I like him. Ohtani played. I think Ohtani did well, but there was just so much pressure on the guy. I also didn't like that he like got super winded after every 2 minutes. I was like, dude, your cardio should be pretty good at this.
Yeah.
This age.
I'm sure there's a bet for him to hit a home run tonight, though, right? You got to take isn't this like I can get Ohtani and Tatis to both hit a home run at plus 700 tonight?
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. The guy just has such an incredible swing. Yeah.
Off a Scherzer in the first inning.
Right.
He's gonna face the best pitchers, in the NL, which is the problem. And how long is he going to pitch? Like what, 2 innings?
Probably right. Yeah. He's leading off, which is what I think everybody wants to see, right?
Scherzer is the worst in the first inning.
Right.
He's trying to find his.
See?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. The first guy in the order is Ohtani.
Yeah,
exactly.
I mean, here we go. The high heater coming right down the middle of the plate. It's gone.
All right. How about this? Ohtani to hit a home run, AL to win plus 350. Now that's not great value, especially since the AL to win is even money. So I'd like that a little bit higher, but I'm not hating that bet.
Yeah, I think the home run props are the best bets today, just because it's Coors Field, like you said. Like I can hit a home run out of Coors Field, probably.
Are you better a baseball player or golfer right now?
Golfer, because I've actually swung a club. Like I haven't swung a bat in like 10 years.
Since that old Babe Ruth bat that you probably still have, that metallic bat.
There is a bat next to my bed. Like somebody's gonna break into my house in Westchester.
I love it. All right, real quick for everybody. We did not play this earlier, and I promised, so I don't want to be accused of not paying off a tease. Did you see this at all last night, Max? This was in Korea.
Oh, yeah, I did. Yeah.
Look at this here, right?
I love it.
It's a bunting derby.
5점. 첫 번째 만점이 나왔습니다. 대단합니다.
Look at the replay. Look at the replay.
Dude, that's skill right there.
Come on.
This is what people are saying they miss from baseball, too, right? Like stealing bases and bunting. Really? Over home runs and strikeouts? No.
Now I have to ask you, our MLB Sharp here, what's more integral to your success? Is it the relationship you have in the home run derby with the guy throwing BP, or is it the relationship you have in whatever the hell that contest was with the dude throwing kind of like underhand softballs to you, right? Because either way, you need the guy who's throwing you the ball on the same page as you.
It's definitely the home run derby guy. Did you see like there was a heat map of all the pitches that the guy that threw to Pete Alonso threw, and they're like pinpoint.
Oh, he was
all in the
amazing.
same spot. He was like an old guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was incredible. And then there was
apparently he threw to Nomar Garciaparra years ago when I don't know if Garciaparra won it, but he performed very well. Like that guy's an ace.
Yeah, no, that guy was incredible. And then there was the guy that it was Kevin Long, the old hitting coach for the Yankees, that threw to Soto, and it was just like all over the place. And obviously Soto didn't do as well. So yeah, it's definitely that. Like I can toss the ball underhand to a guy bunting in the same spot. Come on.
Okay. Look, I did not want to overlook by any means. Brother, we appreciate you big time. Thank you again for hanging a little extra.
It was a lot of fun, guys.
Yeah, we'll do it again for sure because we've got a lot of golf, we got a lot of baseball, and we got a lot of stuff to bullshit about as well, man. So thank you.
Thanks, Max.
And
All right, guys.
everybody tomorrow for the middle.